Prime was on here.
Yeah, he'll probably jump on and stuff. Anyways, we're here. What's going on, guys? 3 Black Geeks here. CJ here. Should be jumping on soon. But anyways, dealing with us 4 here. So today I'm joined by Crosby from Earth 2 Comic Cast.
What up?
On, man? Got artist extraordinaire, Average Joe. What's going on, Joe?
What's going on, guys?
And Lucas from the Draw 4 podcast.
What's up, people?
The man that has an extra grind with comic book movies, but not really, because I just put that on him. I don't know why. I put that evil on him. I don't know why I do that.
off the jump at that. Jesus.
But anyways, so today we talking about Thor Ragnarok. Brand new movie from Marvel. You know, they're ending this year off of the bang, going up against Justice League, even though that was more DC doing that, but whatever. You know, not remiss to make any money. Not, you know, they want to make the money and stuff on top of Star Wars. They bust out Thor during the month of November, which this is nothing new because I believe Thor 2 came out around November. If I remember correctly.
Yes.
I have no idea.
Sounds
I think
about
it did.
right. Sounds about mid-October, November it came out.
Yeah, so around there. So they came out with Thor Ragnarok. You know, currently right now, it made basically about 420 million worldwide so far.
457.
Huh? You said 457. 457 worldwide. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure by the time Friday hits, it's going to probably end up making more than X-Men Apocalypse if the numbers go the way it's going. I don't know. All of us, we were talking, you know, and stuff, and I was saying I still stick with the fact I think it's going to make like 800 and stuff, which is actually not bad. Probably maybe 850 tops. I got people that follow us that say 1 billion. I'm like, hey guys, look, I like Thor, but I don't see 1 billion. And I say this is a guy, and Lucas knows this. I said this is a person that was like, oh, I think this movie's gonna make 1 billion, and it's like, even I'm looking back like, I don't know, man, that's a stretch.
You know? Homecoming was gonna make 1 billion. I'm not
hey,
gonna let you forget that.
It could have. Hey, look, it could have. But
no,
hey,
it couldn't have.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, look, if there was a movie, if you told me Thor or Spider-Man had the likelihood of making 1 billion, even you had to agree. I'll put Spider-Man versus Thor. Even if you would admit that. Even you would admit that. So, but yeah, Thor Ragnarok came out, and funny enough, I think the general consensus, at least in our group and stuff, and a lot of people, is
comedy.
It's the fact that you know, it actually surprised people. I know Sam was one of the few people that was like, this movie was actually pretty good. I was shocked. I was like, oh, huh. Do you want me to call him on Hangout? I'll call him in a minute. But yeah, it's you know, a lot of people were going on about the comedy and all that stuff, which it was weird to me in the fact that the reviews, I feel, over exaggerated it and stuff. I get what they were getting at, but I feel they over exaggerated it more than what the movie was doing anyways. We'll get into that because I think there was a couple spots that even I'll admit it's like, it deflated it, but it didn't kill the movie for me, honestly, personally, to me. But I guess roundtable and stuff. I guess starting with you, Joe. I mean, what did you think of the movie overall?
I liked it. I mean, it was definitely probably the more entertaining Thor movie, you know. But I mean, I've liked the other two for different reasons, but this one was probably the more entertaining one. I kind of think they got a little bit too silly at times, but it didn't like take me out of anything or like kill anything. It was just like, oh, so they're trying hard to make you really like Chris Hemsworth, and he's like he's a very likable guy. He's funny as shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, but there were times where it kind of went against what I would expect the Thor character to be like. But I mean, it was enjoyable. It just, at least I could tell you what happened in the movie, and I couldn't do that with the last Thor.
That's true. It wasn't as forgettable as Dark World.
I liked the Dark World, but if somebody asked me to explain it, I'd be like, I don't know, he fought an elf. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but this one does a nice job of like setting up where he's going to be in Infinity War. And it leaves a lot of questions that I'm curious to see how they're going to wrap up in Infinity War. And I honestly think that we will see a Thor 4 Thor, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I liked it. I was happy. Like, the Hulk, there's things with the Hulk that kind of bothered me. I don't like the Hulk acting like a baby. You know, that kind of got like Saturday morning cartoonish for me. But
Yeah, that was like Peter David-esque era Hulk, where he was
it kind of
doing that
reminded me
stuff.
of Superhero Squad Hulk.
I haven't seen that show in a while, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like I don't like when it's like, hey Hulk, you know, go to your room, okay? And it's like I don't like kind of like Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. As much as I love that show,
Oh
I
my
hate.
God.
Oh, he
I
was
hate the
legit
idea-
talking in that one. That was the weird
right,
part about it.
but I hate the idea of him like sitting on a couch watching TV as the Hulk. You know what I mean? Like I want to see the Hulk fuck shit up. And then I was telling my buddy, I was like, so let's say shit goes down. In Avengers 1, they just said Hulk smash, and he goes batshit crazy. And then let's say the next one, is he going to sit there and like think, oh, I don't know if I want to get into a fight. Maybe I shouldn't do. Like, I don't like shit like that.
Yeah. All right, Lucas. What about you, man?
Oh,
Oh
listen.
man, you let Lucas go before me?
I had to let Lucas go because it's
Hey,
like
hey,
you got to tear
I
the
have
Band-Aid
been,
off.
I have been holding this shit.
You gotta
You know what?
tear the Band-Aid off before we can go.
Hey,
Like, might as
just
well.
because we got a little bit more to go in this discussion, not a little bit more, possibly a lot more to go. I'm just gonna say, fuck this movie completely. Like, just fuck this movie. Like, and only reason I say I was, let me get my thoughts together. I was upset because I think, as Joe said, this just didn't seem like a Thor movie. It seemed like I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3 featuring Thor.
Yeah.
And Thor was like Chris Pratt, like a minor version of Chris Pratt in this movie. And I really like Chris Hemsworth because I believe this is what he's good at. He's an awesome comedic actor that he can't act in any other way. And
Oh, you didn't like him in
understand-
Rush?
Oh, you know, no, Rush wasn't that bad, but like Black Hat, Harder to See.
First off, we all hated Black Hat because nobody bought him as a hacker. Even I'll buy it. Even I'll say that. And I was like,
What the fuck is Black Hat?
Black
Exactly.
Hat.
Oh, he
long
needs to
story
see
short,
that.
long
No,
story
no,
short,
no. You
Black
need
Hat.
to see it.
No, he doesn't. Long story short, Black Hat was them saying, "All right, Chris Hemsworth, you're a hacker," and I did not believe for 2 seconds he was a hacker.
You're a hacker, and we're going to spend $100 million on this movie. Let's go.
And they gave
And the
90
movie
million.
grows $2.3 million is opening weekend. And
90
they was
million
like,
of 90 million of that went to Viola Davis.
exactly. Exactly.
Oh fuck, she's in it too.
Yep. She got dragged down with it. It's like, wow.
Wow, damn.
Uh,
All right.
So for this movie, it's so much stuff that didn't work, but I'm not going to call it necessarily a bad movie. It clearly has entertainment value. I'm not the person that's going to be entertained by this movie, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be entertained by this movie. I'm thrown off by a plot that didn't make sense. I'm thrown off by the tone switches that irritated the fuck out of me. I'm thrown off by we could have eliminated Hulk altogether and it not affect any part of the movie.
That's
Like,
any movie,
it's-
honestly, if you think about it.
Oh my God.
You can say that about any movie if you really think about it. If
But
you
they
really
built-
think about it.
They literally pulled the wool over everyone's eyes twice in 1 year. First, they made you think, "Oh man, this is going to be Spider-Man: Homecoming is going to be Spider-Man and Iron Man," and that nigga in the movie for all of 10
Spider-Man. Yeah, but hey, blame yourself on that one, sir. Blame yourself.
Blame the marketing. They marketed.
No. Blame yourself because any common sense person could told you that wasn't going to be the Adventures of Iron Man and Spider-Man. Let's just be real about
bro,
that.
like,
But at least
no, the marketing of that movie.
No, don't get. Hey, you
if
got
you
sucked into it. Do not
say
blame
that-
them.
oh no,
He
I didn't
sold
get
the
stuck into
movie.
it because I said the movie was going to be bad before it came out because it had Iron Man in it. But like for this movie with Thor Ragnarok, I just felt if they would have focused just on Thor's character, I'd have liked this movie a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more. Like even with the tone switches between it going from a really silly comedy to a murderous rampage at other parts, which unto itself completely threw me off. But
There's a lot of death in here, low key. I mean, you saw that in
Yes.
Guardians too. It's like, man, some deaths in here. Like,
She
it didn't bother me, but it's like, yeah, people died.
kills
Yeah.
everybody in this movie, and you're just like, oh, and here's the comedy.
Hey,
And it's
Hulk-
like, no.
Hulk killed people during that 2-year spot. Just FYI.
If they would've- if they would have focused on making this a movie more about Loki and Thor looking for Odin, leading to Ragnarok, this could have been great. Instead of having Charles Manson going around.
I'll get into that. I get into that because that does tie into some stuff that Watiti actually edited out. So, but anyways, Crosby. So you're next up. What's your overall thoughts on Thor Ragnarok?
I mean, it's very simple. The movie was good. All right. When I say good, I mean like. Let me try this again. The movie was. It wasn't. If you're coming from the Dark World to this, then yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
But the movie makes you sit down and kind of appreciate Thor 1 a lot more because Thor 1. No. I'll say this like this. Thor 1 went for a lot more risk than Watiti did on this one. I'll tell you why I feel that way. Because if you took all you did was recreate Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Strange, then put the Hulk in it. You didn't really risk anything.
Well, Doctor Strange was in it for like 5 minutes total.
No, I'm saying recreate those movies. I said recreate those movies. All you did was recreate those movies and add the Hulk and add Thor in it. But again, it was one of those movies that you went into and you said how I wanted to see Thor was after seeing the trailer that he said, what's your team? And he said the Revengers. I shut my brain off. Yeah, as soon as I saw that trailer, I shut my brain off. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna walk into this movie and think anything else. So that was the moment I said to myself, I'll enjoy this movie for what it is, and I did. So unlike Lucas,
Lucas hates everything, but you know what? I get where he's coming from. I don't
understand what he was thinking when if you saw the same trailer I did and you saw Revengers. And your mind didn't say to you.
I'm stuck with the Comic-Con trailer when it first came out. That trailer was great. I was looking.
It was hard.
Movie. And then they came out the Revengers, and my mind was like, "No, you didn't just see that. Don't worry about it. Like that was a trick. That was a trick. That was a lie. They're not going to do that."
You know what?
I saw that. I saw that trailer and I cut my mind over, and I was like, "I'm going to enjoy this movie." One, because Taika Waititi is not an epic, coming from where he's come from, he's not the epic director. He's not no big, epic movie director. He's a comedy director. And
for his first time,
if you remember him from
quick name one.
No. When I say it's The Hunt for the Wilder People.
Oh yeah. Well, what was it?
Wilder People, Wilder People, whatever that. Yeah. And so if you look at that movie, because again, and again, I saw these. Maybe I did this to myself, but I saw these reviews that said Thor Ragnarok expecting Ragnarok, like Ragnarok. Just don't.
Which we got, just not in the way that we wanted to. We'll get into that though. But
I'm gonna say Mo helped me with that, by the way. I'm gonna admit to everybody, Mo really helped me with Ragnarok. Because goddamn it,
you know what?
I will not in the comic books. This shit is so fucking confusing.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I'll explain it to you. Okay, so Ragnarok is basically in the comics. Okay. And this is part of Norse mythology, actually, too. So this isn't just restricted to comics. It's actually Norse mythology. Mm-hmm. It's essentially Asgard gets reborn.
Yes.
Every time. You can't avoid it. Ragnarok can't be avoided and stuff. And it wasn't until after Civil War when J. Michael Straczynski did his Thor run, he basically created a storyline to where Ragnarok is done. It's no more. Like Thor managed to stop it permanently. That's not going to happen again. But basically, Asgard gets reborn and stuff. And prior to that, Thor would get reborn every time and stuff. And the cool thing that Marvel was doing was every time he was getting reborn, he would kind of remember little things that happened before the previous Ragnaroks that happened before. So he will always have
the future part though, Chris. That's dope.
He will always remember those little things. So with this movie, they basically did a very streamlined version of Ragnarok, where it's like, oh yeah, Asgard is done. So what they did was basically, like I said, streamlined it. So Asgard can't avoid it. It's done. Surtur does play a part into Ragnarok destroying Asgard. So that much is true. So it basically happened.
Now, being, again, a person who does not know much, matter of fact, anything about comic books.
Okay.
Once you Google Thor Ragnarok, you know what comes up? A story about a fucking clone called Thor Ragnarok. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah, see, that's what throw you off because, and that's the thing. People is like once you start looking at like the clone Thor, and it's like nobody cares about that clone Thor from Civil War, and I think that's what fucked people up sometimes. Because and the thing is, it's not just you, Lucas. I had people literally ask me about so this clone of Thor, and I'm like, what are you talking about, clone? And it was like, oh yeah, then I was like, oh yeah, that's from Civil War. Ignore that because that's something entirely different, you know. But yeah, it's basically Rebirth. So from what I'm seeing of this movie, it looks like they're following J. Michael Straczynski's storyline where basically Asgard is going to probably be on Earth, probably temporarily, you know.
Yep, for one more movie.
I mean, in the comics and stuff, it was basically an arc where it was literally Asgard hovered above Oklahoma, and then it ended up going back to where it was at originally and stuff. But that was kind of the thing because they were playing up on the whole Thor is God thing because Thor is technically the MCU God. So, you know.
But they only got him for one more movie, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That's going to be it.
Yeah, they did and stuff. But yeah, that's Ragnarok in a nutshell. So the movie did basically a abridged version of it and stuff, you know. So they at least got the basics of it with Surtur and him being a part of it.
Fun. It was fun, my goodness.
Yeah, so
why did Surtur seem so weak in this movie?
Oh my gosh.
That's how he initially is until you see him at the end where he's powerful as hell. It's kind of one of those things where it's like you can defeat him, but it's still that whole immortality kind of thing. It's like Hela. Hela is the god of death. You can't really necessarily kill her per se, and that's why they kind of positioning her as being like death for Thanos. We'll see how that goes.
Like, Thor is the ultimate younger sibling. Like the older sibling get all the power in the world. She's like, I'm the god of death. What are you the god of?
Thunder. which I mean, the cool thing about it is like I don't know if the movie positioned it at the end. Apparently, like in the comics, he ended up getting like the Odin Force, which basically makes him like just as powerful as Odin essentially and stuff. So I don't know if the movie is
positioned. Took his eye out.
I'll say he has an eye patch now.
Yeah, he has an eye patch now.
Cool, like Odin, and it didn't match his suit like Odin's matched his suit.
I mean, that was something that again I will always give props to Marvel on the fact that their trailers they never really give away stuff because they always change things. Because in the trailers we thought, oh, he keeps both of his eyes and all that stuff, and it's like, oh shit, they fucking cut his eye out, huh? Didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
you know, there's little things like that. I mean,
stand out.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
the whole tone of the movie up when he lost his eye. It's like, wait, what the fuck?
I think that's what threw me off. I was like, yo, he lost the eye? Like, shit, I didn't see that coming. Fuck.
And it was so quick.
And it's not like, oh yeah, he lost the eye, and then Loki's like, oh yeah, I can heal it. It's like, oh, he fucking lost that shit. That shit ain't coming back.
Iconic shit.
Oh, what do you say, Joe?
Right?
He'll 100% get it back. Come on.
Hold on. No, you know, Joe is good with these theories. If you had a theory, Joe, on how he gets his eye back, what do you think is gonna happen?
I mean, Jesus Christ, you're gonna be in a movie next with a fucking wizard, with a Wakandan king that has technology, with fucking the Guardians of the Galaxy that exist in outer space, like all these different beings from different walks of life. Like, I mean, why couldn't Doctor Strange just be like, boom, done? You know what I mean?
I think Iron Man's going to create him a robotic eye. Ultimately,
like, I think he's going to create a hammer for him. Like,
yeah, no, I do think we're going to get that. Like when she crushes Mjolnir, or Mjolnir, how the fuck you say it. So like when she crushes it, and then at the end, Odin is. Are we doing spoilers or no?
Yeah, we spoiled.
Yeah,
shit.
All right, please, let's spoil it.
All right, so when Odin is like, you know, the hammer was just basically like a conduit for your power, yada yada yada. I tapped my buddy and I was like, oh fuck, he's gonna get that fat ass like axe hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, when the executioner dropped the axe, I thought that was going to be reforged. You know, like somehow
they were going to do that for a second.
And then, but I mean, like, you can't have Thor without the hammer. Like, that's the whole fucking point.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're going with the new comic with the axe and stuff. But even then, that's a stretch.
But even like again, you have Doctor Strange. I mean, Doctor Strange we saw in the movie, he can literally create organic matter. He was drinking beer and tea, so he can create organic matter from nothing. So why can't he fix his eye? And why couldn't he say, you know, I rescued the parts of your hammer, you know, I fucking teleported him here, whatever.
Well, he did in the comics, so you're right on that one, because he did.
Right, so like I can't rebuild it, but I can reforge it into something else. Mm-hmm. You know, and then you see the way Thor looks at the end. He looks like the ultimate Thor, like the ultimate version. You know what I mean? So that's kind of we're gonna get the eye back because Chris Hemsworth is a fucking good looking dude, man. You don't want him wearing a patch.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. The ladies were loving the patch, man. From what Twitter was doing, the ladies were loving him with the patch, man.
Yeah, but let me ask you this: you think they love him more with the patch or with 2 eyes, 2 blue eyes?
From a marketing standpoint, you're probably right. 2 eyes.
It's a handsome fucking guy, man. Why do you think?
Do you remember do you remember the internet when they showed the picture of him with short hair? Do you remember how many? I don't know if you saw it, but at my timeline, ladies were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
It's mixed. See, now after the movie, some ladies like, "Hey, I actually like short hair, Thor." But before, they were kind of like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
So as soon as you released those pictures, it was like, "The fuck this." Even I was like, "Are you serious?" Like Thor without his hair.
Now, don't get me wrong. Again, lines up with current comic continuity now, where but
synergy. It's the worst. I don't get it. But hey, look,
it is what it is. I mean, what can you do?
They're not going to keep. They're not going to keep the patch for the same reason that they don't keep the helmet on Robert Downey Jr. They don't keep the mask on Spider-Man. Look at fucking Black Panther. Like, how many cartoons or comic books have you seen Black Panther in costume the entire goddamn time? Never taken off.
Even in cartoons, it's like 50-50.
But they've got to show Chadwick Boseman's a good-looking dude too, and they got to show him with that fucking mask off as much. Even in the marketing for the posters, he's got the helmet off.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're talking Black Panther. Let's talk about Black Panther.
Oh, Shaggy's on. Holy shit!
Oh, shit! I done came on in the right time, motherfucker.
Sir, we're not talking Black Panther. We'll hold off on the Black Panther talk. All right, but we come here for Thor. We already know this. I already said, hey, you can come to Maryland for a ticket. I can buy you a ticket. I ain't buying you a plane ticket.
No. I get my ass to Maryland. Trust and believe. Trust and believe.
I'll hold you to that. You know that, right? I will hold you.
Oh, no, motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. I got vacation time before I go to WrestleMania. Best believe I'm going to take my ass to fucking get my ass up there. And I'm going to be there in fucking spirits. I mean, it's like, motherfucker, I'll slim down and dress up like Namor. Fuck it. That's what we're going to do.
But we're talking about Thor, so Shaggy. Since it's been a while since you've been on the show, what was your thoughts on Thor, and stuff? Because I know you probably loved it, possibly. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that was like as Guardians of the Galaxy was dope.
God damn it, Lucas! See what you started, Lucas. I hate you.
Don't worry about it.
Honestly, but no, honestly, man. Honestly, it was kind of like a refreshing pace for Thor. Thor is one of my favorite Marvel comic book characters. I'm still reading the new Thor with Jane Foster and everything else. So of course I was prepared to see the movie. Now, granted, I was kind of getting tired about superhero movies, but I was like, no, it's Thor. I'll still go watch this. I was pleasantly fucking surprised on how well they did it. Also, especially with the artwork and everything else they tried to. Now, granted, did it feel a little bit irrelevant in some parts? Yes. Was there not enough Hela? Yes. Was the movie still good though? Yes. Do I want to marry Valkyrie? Of course. But
we all do.
But no, when it comes to an actual movie, that's kind of a refreshing pace that Thor needed to have. Because honestly, with the pacing that they had with the other 2 movies, they were good, but are you gonna go back and watch them? And I'm actually talking about, would you go back and watch them if they're on television? And I'm like, no, I would never do that. Really? Even if it's free TV. The first one, yes. The second one, not so much.
I mean, I told D this. I was like, yo, Thor, Dark World, that shit's like background noise for me.
Exactly.
I don't hate it, but it's just like, it's background noise.
I honestly can't, because if it doesn't grab my attention, it's background noise, man. But no, I rather, there's other Marvel movies that I'll watch as background noise and actually get some kind of enjoyment out of it. But with that one, I'm like, no, this movie made up. This honestly, and I'm gonna be 100% with you. This movie made up, in my mind, for the perfect way to keep going with the Thor trilogy, and it also made up for Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Man, everybody fucking shitted on that movie.
Yeah, I like it.
It's horrible.
It's not horrible. It's just it doesn't have any of the charm that the first one had.
Okay, that's fair.
It tries to have the charm of the first one.
It
tries so hard.
It tried, and it's
the
like
first
you're not
one
hitting on the same.
the first one was just charming because it was what it was, and it was like inherently charming. The second one was like, oh shit, let's do that again. And it, like, everybody that I ask, did you like that movie? They're like, yeah, I like the second one. I'm like, cool. Tell me what it was about. And they're like, Peter and his dad. I'm like, not really. Think about it. What is that movie about? Right? Like, it's not it's enjoyable. It's entertaining. It had good shit. But he's exactly right. Like, this movie kind of makes up for that, and it doesn't even have the same characters. I kind of expected them to show up at the end, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I changed everybody's mind about Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think what you mean by the story, because me, it's like if you ask the story, it's like I guess Peter he deals with his family issues. That's basically what the whole fucking movie was. It was like family issues, and then shenanigans with Rocket and fucking Yondu. Okay,
Baby Groot.
Yeah,
I mean, and Teenage Groot. It's
Teenage Groot.
It's legit. I mean, when I go back and watch it, Kurt Russell. But that's about it. I can't tell you what Guardians of the Galaxy is about, except Kurt Russell was slanging that slong, man, across the galaxy. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what that is. And it's
what?
In different forms.
That is a good segue, Shaggy, because I think everybody can agree with me. Odin ain't shit.
Odin ain't shit.
Odin ain't shit. He's the worst. He's the worst parent in history. He's the worst parent in history. Like, look at him.
Second to Papa Ken.
Oh shit!
No. You see, wrong universe. I know what you're trying to do, Lucas. I know what you're trying to do.
In the universe, so I just had to point out.
I know what you're trying to do. I won't let you.
We're talking about Papa Ken told Superman to let a busload of kids die. Right. He is worse than Odin.
He said maybe. He said maybe.
He said maybe. He didn't say that you had.
That's not an option ever. But
let's not bring the Tale of Two Marthas into this.
Why did you say her name?
But like Odin ain't shit because it's like let me get this right, Odin. Okay, you couldn't control Hela, so you're like, hey, fuck it, banish her ass, and then you try to paint over top of your fucking old history with like the new history, and it's like, come on, dog, like you couldn't just get somebody to get some fucking shit to paint, like erase it and shit, and we had to paint over top of it. Like, what the fuck, man? Come on.
Look, man, I get what he was trying to do. I mean, Odin knew he fucked up, but in a sense to where he's like, look, man, I don't want these people knowing about this shit. Let's just hide. Let's never talk about. Let's never speak of this shit again.
Odin's 50 Cent.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it. Let's erase the first child altogether. You don't exist.
Jesus Christ.
Let me fucking ask if I can ask the room.
Go ahead.
Who actually read any of the Thor Ragnarok series?
I did the disassembled stuff, and
I did too.
Yeah.
How close was the movie to actual interpretations, giving on of what actually did happen?
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. I mentioned earlier and stuff because Lucas was asking about, because he wasn't familiar with it. I was like, it got the broad strokes of it and stuff. I mean, in terms of like specific details, it put it this way, it got the broad strokes of it. It
got like hints.
Yeah, it got the broad strokes of it correct. I mean, it involves Surtur because clearly he is a part of it and stuff, and he's the one that destroys Ragnarok and stuff. And yeah, so
I was hyped to see. It was little shit like that that made me hyped to fucking see it. Especially because it was like little shit. Because watching movies nowadays, man, they're kind of cutting over your favorite comic book arcs. Mm-hmm. It's just not gonna be the same fucking thing. It's not gonna be remotely close. Like Civil War, you already knew that there was no fucking way in hell that Civil War was gonna be
civil squabble, as we like to call it.
Exactly. There was no way. But to see, and when Ragnarok was coming, I was like, I kind of see it because Loki is the main reason why Ragnarok is happening.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they're not. And then there's a way to have that happen. I was like, oh shit, we're getting Ragnarok. It's gonna be fucking dope. But in my mind, I was like, let me not get too fucking excited for this. There's only so much you can fucking do. For one, speaking of which, fucking Hela.
Dude, she went. D said it best. And I think you guys agree with me. Yo, she went Dynasty Warriors on all of Asgard.
Pretty much. It was bad. It was
She
really
was in a
bad.
completely different movie.
She was a
I'd
fucking
like to see that movie.
she was an amalgamation of a bunch of characters.
Thor's sister, I believe.
Yeah, Thor's sister.
In the comic,
Angela?
that's Loki's daughter, which that explains the horns on her head. It's like that's Loki's daughter, but I get okay, cool.
Yeah, Hela is because Hela is the fucking Lord of Death or Goddess of Death, but it's Loki's daughter. But their Thor's sister, which is Angela, you also had their fucking of course, she fucking ruled side by side with Odin, which was Odin's brother.
Yep.
I forgot his name. It fucking escaped me. But she was put together with like so many of those other characters. But for that to come out on screen, Kate Blanchett fucking nailed it. Now the only criminal thing about this fucking movie is she didn't get enough screen time for me. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I mean, she got just
exposition.
enough. She got just enough, but yeah, it was exposition. But again, it's like
if you cut half her exposition, you could have given her a lot more to do.
Yeah,
because in every scene she was in, she was telling you.
And I'll come out and say it. Other than what I'm gonna not put Thanos into this. That was probably Marvel's best villain, complete villain.
Mm-hmm.
In my fucking opinion.
That's funny because like if you have my top three
movies,
if you're talking movies and stuff, I would say I mean this is just me. I know a lot of y'all disagree. I was like I like Zemo because he set out what he fucking accomplished. He fucking did it. He did it.
Wow.
He fucking did it.
Wow.
No.
Hey, he broke the Avengers.
No.
Hey,
Wow.
Nah, nigga, you never get away with that one.
Hey, first off, this dude motherfucking waterboarded motherfuckers like he was Jack Bauer and shit. Like, yo, I need the information. Give it to me now. Oh, word, more waterboard your ass. Then fucking broke apart the Avengers. Killed Black Panther's daddy. Didn't give a fuck until like at the end he's like, I'm sorry I killed your dad, but you know, it is.
Shit happens.
He can't be a villain when you apologize for killing somebody. Villains don't apologize for killing people.
But he turned around and looked at homeboy, looked at fucking fucking Bilbo and was like, yeah, they ain't coming back, dog. You know that, right? You know that, right?
But look at what Hela did. Like, look at what Hela did. She fucked up Thor. She came back and whooped broke fucking Mjolnir. Fucking like it's just so complete.
Killed the Warriors 3.
Kill the Warriors 3.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yo, real talk. Hogan was the only one that actually did something. Everybody was like, "Oh, boom!" I'm like, "Shit!" Like, goddamn! Like that was.
Quick. I was telling my buddy when they killed off the Warriors 3, when they kill off Fandral, I was like, "That's because they heard he's gonna be Shazam."
Yeah, I know, right? He's like, "Just kill me quick, kill me quick."
Like fucking Shazam here, knife to the chest.
Like knife to the chest. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Fandral. Now you're Shazam, knife to the chest.
But like I said, I gave it props. Hogan held it down until she was like, "You know what? I'm tired of this shit." Bam! I'm like, well.
And she just stabbed us. Now I was like, Jesus Christ! I knew they fucking died in Ragnarok, but jeez, fuck, man. Oh God. I mean, my word. Okay,
No,
this is what we're doing now.
Hela was nice when she was acting. In her action scenes, I loved her. Anything that once she stopped acting and
once she
just started talking,
everything goes down here.
And I loved it.
I disagree with that. Her timing actually was perfect, considering what the like.
I'm not saying that her like when she was talking wasn't nice. Like I'm just saying she had so little action scenes that I just wanted her to stop talking and just kill someone.
I'm just gonna say it was
that's what I was saying though. She needed more time. She could have been like one of Marvel's biggest threats. I'm not like saying before Thanos, just biggest threats because it's like, can you see anybody fucking with her? Thor couldn't even fuck with her.
He had to get Surtur to do it, and even then, she's still alive because I didn't see no damn body. So you know.
No, she did. It's Marvel.
No. It's the Red Skull shit. I don't see a body. Still alive.
Oh,
I'm honestly thinking she's back in hell, but she's running shit.
Yeah, basically.
True.
That is true. So you know,
she's like, fuck. I'm stuck here. Whatever.
And then Homegirl got her own TV show, so you know Sif is still alive somewhere.
Yeah. So that's the reason why. Like,
that's crazy.
That was my only fucking drawback for the movie. and that I didn't really expect much from, because the Thor movies hadn't been hidden as much as they should have been.
Yeah.
But this one fucking did way better than I thought it was. This did way better than I thought it was gonna do. And real shit, it was real shit. It just needed a little bit more. When I heard it was only gonna be like an hour and 48 minutes, I was like, what the fuck did they cut? And I really wish she got more fucking. They probably didn't, but I really wish that they Hela got more screen time.
Yeah, they did cut. They cut like
it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, right?
No, it's it's straight 2 hours. It's 2. It felt like it's 2 hours straight to me. But
you could have cut all that Hulk shit out.
But what they cut out of it. Well, I know, right? We'll get to that.
Hey.
But what they did cut from it though, they did cut out, and it ties into what Lucas was saying about them searching for Odin. They did cut out a scene where basically they were going to be in. I guess it was supposed to be Waititi actually came out and said they had an extended sequence where they were going to be doing a little bit more in New York, and they were going to find Odin as a homeless person, rambling and shit. That was the original thought that they were going to go with, and then Waititi was like, I don't know if we want to do that because that would have been a little silly, and we wanted Odin to kind of like we wanted that scene with Odin and his kids to be a little bit serious and stuff, so that's why they switched it to where Odin was in Norway chilling.
Time out. So that Norway scene was better than that idea?
In terms of what Waititi felt totally he was trying to go for,
See, when you told me that shit, man, I'm like, no, okay, no, because I love Waititi, man. He's really good at directing and being comedic punchable. That shit would have been gold.
Yeah, I would have been way better than that.
I don't know.
Green screen shit that we got.
You know that
hey, I'll admit straight up that Norway scene. It was like, yo, that is like ridiculously green screen. You could have just went to Norway if you were going to film that. Like, come on,
dude, you have all the money in the world. You're Disney. Are you telling me you can't find?
Dude, Black Panther went to Africa. Black Panther went to Africa. You mean to tell me y'all couldn't just take a trip to Norway with a film crew and just do a second unit thing?
That's too much money. That's a waste of money. It's not needed. It's not.
No,
they
went to South Africa.
Not needed. They could have just. They could have just taken his scenes from Transformers because his speech was about the same. It would have been the same.
Lucas, did you see the green screen? Did you see how
was obvious?
You know, goddamn well I saw that goddamn green screen. You already know that. That is not for question.
Yes, that was obvious
because you remember when stills from this movie came out and we saw Loki, Thor, and what's his name in New York. There were a lot of stills of them in New York.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
you got one.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he wanted to do that, but again, it's funny. This, like Shaggy said, it's like, you know, he knows how to do comedic timing. So I don't know whether Waititi was trying to go for is like, okay, let's do this funny and then switch over to serious, or he was like, you know what, let's just switch it over to serious. I don't know whether that's what he was going for.
In a way, man, I'm kind of glad he didn't do that because the movie was funny enough. But he's like, look, if he wanted to be like, yo, Lance Storm, if I can be serious for a moment, he legit wanted to have that moment, and I don't fucking blame him. It's like had that scene would have been funny.
It didn't need that moment.
Oh, I think it would have been funny, like you said. I think it would have been funny, but it's like
because the movie's already a funny movie. Let's just keep it because
one tone.
I'll say
one tone. Say it. It's fine.
A lot of the serious moments in this movie didn't hit.
Yeah.
Didn't hit because as soon as you had his cut.
Go ahead. 2
seconds later, you're doing a funny moment like at Hela kill everyone on Asgard, and 2 seconds later you're back in Sakaar. You're joking with Thor, Hulk being a baby. Like
they did a fucking dick joke with the Hulk. Are you serious? A dick joke.
I mean, come on, man. Come on, hold up though. How can you not?
A fucking dick joke with the Hulk.
It's the fucking Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, no, I don't even want to know it. Like,
come on, you saw that shit coming a mile away. Even I saw it. I was like,
man, this motherfucker. Look, I'm looking at this like Thor waking up. He see fucking. I'm just seeing like this nigga chill in the bathroom. Not the bathroom, sorry, the tub. And I'm like, bro, we about to get full frontal Hulk dick right there. And I'm gonna be mad.
Hey, listen. Part of me feels if this was James Gunn, we probably would have saw like Hulk dick a little bit.
Hulk ass or something. James Gunn would have went all the way.
We would have got like a fucking Mickey Mouse, like something blocking it. It's just like
Austin Powers that shit.
Yeah, or a fucking Goofy towel or some shit like that, and it's just stretched, and we're just sitting there going like, "Oh, come on, bro!" Like we know what you're doing. You're clever, but come on, G. Like, but when we're speaking of the Hulk, though, I really fucking, that was another reason I fucking enjoyed this movie. This movie was Ragnarok, but Planet Hulk too.
No.
Fucking Planet Hulk.
No,
to be
no,
fair,
it wasn't
to be
Planet Hulk.
fair, could you swap out Hulk with Beta Ray Bill? Sure, but I think it wouldn't have did Beta Ray Bill justice personally.
Nope.
I really don't think, because you would have to explain Beta Ray Bill and his clan and all that shit. So it's like, all right, throw Hulk in there. Why not? I think it did.
The Hulk justice, not remotely close.
I think they did. Personally,
I agree. They did too. They did.
Okay, so in my opinion, if you take out the Hulk baby scene, like, when, go to your room, like, oh, I'm smoldering, you're hot fire and I'm water, or that bullshit. You took that out and you took all those baby Hulk scenes out and you kept all this, just everything, the Hulk fights. I think that to me would have been a better movie.
But then
it would have just been a better Hulk outing.
But then
it would have been a better Hulk
then
outing.
Folks would have complained folks would have complained, oh, Hulk didn't really get much of the dimensions to him. It would just been, oh, Hulk smash.
Make a deal with Universal and do the goddamn movie already instead of insert his Hulk ass in a Thor movie. Some bullshit.
Stop. Like,
hey, Universal, go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
Well, they kind of are with that fucking monster universe, so.
Hey, that shit's gonna fucking burn in hell as far as I'm concerned, and I'm a fan of Javier Bardem as the fucking, what's he gonna be, the Wolfman or some shit?
Frankenstein's monster.
Stop it. I think they stopped it. They haven't.
No, it's still going.
It's still going. Way too much money for them to stop it.
Don't get me fucking started, Joe. Don't get me started. I just want a fucking proper goddamn Wolfman movie. I don't think I'm gonna get this shit. I'm about to flip the fuck out. We're gonna talk
when they're talking about the fucking Rock as the Wolfman, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm done.
Get like, all right. No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were.
Oh, so it's not a thing anymore, right?
No. At one point, they were thinking about it because Rock was franchise Viagra and shit, so they were trying to get a name to the Wolfman, so they threw the Rock in there, and then all of a sudden it turned into Javier.
Yep.
No. Javier Bardem is Frankenstein's monster.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay.
They haven't cast the Wolfman yet. I'd like weird, but by the way we're getting it, we're not gonna get a fucking Wolfman movie because the Mummy fucking flopped, and now they're fucking afraid.
Oh, it didn't. It made money. China happened.
The Mummy made money.
I forgot about the lovely Chinese. Where are my manners? But fuck, man,
they love Tom Cruise.
I was about to say, Tom Cruise makes money everywhere but the U.S.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
there was no way in hell that movie was gonna flop. It just didn't make much money here.
Because nobody gives a fuck about the goddamn movie. But yeah, the Hulk. Yeah, Hulk. Yeah, Hulk.
I just think, like Lucas said, just do a deal, like the same deal you did with Sony at this point. Just do a deal. Get the movie out there. Stop trying. No, because what you're doing right now, because I think didn't Kevin Feige come out and say like we're gonna give the Hulk an arc.
Yeah, arc in like 3 movies.
And 3 movies because they can't make one. But the problem is,
and that's Universal sitting on it. But it's like, yo, Universal, you gonna do something with it or what? Because
here's the problem:
they need to.
Universal is not sitting on it. The problem is, Marvel owns the rights to the Hulk. Universal owns the right to Hulk movies. So unless they combine and get together to do it, it could never happen.
And I'm hearing is Universal standing firm on that shit.
Unlike Sony, which had to make a deal. Universal's like, we have to make no deal with you all. Like, we're taking money left and right. Like,
yeah, they got money. So,
come on, dude.
Hey, real talk. When that Universal monster shit fucking flops, they're gonna crawl back to fucking Disney.
But wait, how long do they have until they're
in the same category? I think it's different versus say
they don't have a
Fox
time
because right now
to the Hulk character.
Because right now, I did a video on the whole Fox Disney agreement, and Fox is in a predicament right now where it's almost going to 2018. They actually have to have a script for Fantastic Four by spring next year, or else the rights end up reverting back to Marvel Disney.
Right. So why not just get the money for it?
Because Universal's not in the same boat as Fox. I mean, Fox and Sony. They're in their whole fucking up. See, Sony fucking caved in. Fox is gonna be doing the same shit here too.
Fox isn't gonna
keep pumping. They'll keep pumping out X-Men movies, but when it comes to Fantastic Four and some shit, they'll probably let that fucking go. because that's a wash. But they'll keep pumping X-Men movies.
Fox already came out and said if they have to green light the Fantastic Four 2 script, they will to keep.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. If they don't do anything by
Fox ain't letting this go under any circumstance.
That's what I said. If spring next year and you don't see the script, it's done.
You already got a script. It's the Doctor Doom movie. All you gotta do is put Fantastic Four in it. And they've already announced that that's what's happening.
Well, it has to go in production and stuff too.
Wait a minute. That fucking movie is this like the Silver Sable, Black Cat? Fuck those movies. Yeah, let's hold up. Let's take a character that we fucked up in 3 different movies and give him his own movie when we can't even fucking figure out that he's basically Euro trash because we keep making him from fucking New York, or he's, like, get the fuck out of here with that Doctor Doom movie. Like, I would love to see it. If it was
to the movie, I don't think Fox cares either way.
I guarantee you right now it does not happen. I guarantee you.
Hey,
look, no way that happens.
Sony somehow got the Venom movie off the ground. I'm like, God damn, I didn't see that shit coming.
I would almost guarantee it that Doctor Doom movie is going to happen with Fox with no problem.
We'll see.
I think the problem is a lot of people underestimate how these studios operate with these certain movie rights. The issue with the Fantastic Four rights is it's not like it's just that one character. It's all the rest of them damn characters that's a part of the Fantastic Four family they would have to give up. And those are the ones Fox don't want to give up. So
yeah, but I said, it's still, but it's still on the timetable, though.
Think about it. We got to shit out another movie to keep the rights. We'll shit out another movie to keep the rights.
But the thing is, but here's the thing, though. People, like I said, people didn't turn out for that Fantastic Four movie. And if they sense that they're shitting out another movie for rights and they don't show up for that,
how much do you think Fox cares? How much do you think Fox cares if one movie flops?
Yeah,
but you realize
really think about it.
Money.
You lose money. How much money do you lose if you keep a script?
They don't have to make it through America.
You don't have to. You don't have to drop the 180 million or the 200 million that DC and Marvel drops on film. You don't have to go anywhere near that. Damn, the last Logan movie cost $90 million.
Hey, real talk. If I know old white people, rich white people, they don't like losing money. Just saying.
No. They don't like losing rights to shit that they like to.
They don't like losing money either. That's all I'm saying. Old white people don't like losing money. I mean, and I'm a fan of the Cowboys and Jerry Jones.
It's literally the same reason why Universal won't make the deal with Marvel under any circumstance. It's the same exact reason. You got to realize Fox and Disney are beefing on a bigger level than the rights to the Fantastic Four.
Hey, but look where Fox is at now.
But as long as Fox, no. If you look at what Fox is now, Fox has driven up their market value just by suggesting they were negotiating with Disney. When last year, as they said, you tried to buy Time Warner for $8 billion, and then magically you want to talk about a deal. That shit was calculated. Fox does that shit all the time. But again,
but wait until the next 2 X-Men movies flop.
Yeah,
even if they do. But what's the flop for the X-Men movies? Because that's another thing. People compare X-Men money in China. If the X-Men movie makes $500 million, it's not a flop because they don't spend that much on it.
But here's the thing: when Ant-Man, when it's comparable to Ant-Man, that's a problem. Just saying.
To who?
It's not really a problem. Bottom line, you're looking at the problem as the quality of this movie. Fox is not looking at quality at this point. Fox is looking at, I spend a fraction of what you spend over there at Marvel Disney, and I still make almost what you make at Marvel
Logan
Disney.
And Doctor Strange made about the same amount. Unfortunately, Doctor Strange cost $80 million more to make.
But see, here's the thing: 2 different movies. And I think Logan. And here's the thing too. To me personally, Logan was a better movie than Apocalypse. If you want to be real about this. I'm not saying this is the person that took this. I took the fucking piss out of the fucking Logan movie.
I don't think we're disagreeing with that part. I'm just talking about how they adjust the rights against how Universal is looking at Hulk and why they will not make the deal with Disney or Marvel in any circumstance to put out a Hulk movie.
Logan was terrible.
But I think with Universal though,
think it was.
What I think is this.
Nope.
I think
and this nomination is going to come too.
If we're gonna go Universal Hulk, right? I think Disney is going to eventually just write a check and be like, "Hey, Universal, you like these zeros? Okay, cool. Let's get it back."
I think Disney tried that already, didn't they?
I don't know if they did. I don't know if they announced
that they attempted to get Universal to play game with them, but Universal told them no.
No, you know. Eventually,
quick question. The Ed Norton Hulk movie, that was a Universal movie in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, yes. It was MCU. Yes, it was MCU and Universal.
It was completely produced and everything done by Marvel, and Universal released it.
Yeah, they distributed
Wow.
That was a cinematic. That was a movie in the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, Thunderbolt Ross is still there. They still talk about the initiative of what happened in what was it?
I mean, most of y'all know how that happened, though, right?
Yeah, because that was like early MCU where they were still distributing.
They made the whole
companies.
Marvel made the whole damn movie, and they went through the rights parts of the movie and realized like everything has to go through Universal.
Yeah,
and Universal played that hand like, "Yep, this is our movie."
Yeah. But going back to the movie though, like I think Feige had came out recently and was like, yeah, they really were considering throwing in Beta Ray Bill as a cameo, and then they kind of backed off because they actually do want to put Beta Ray Bill in future movies. I don't know if that's, and to be honest with you, that makes sense because I mean, like I said, Hemsworth is going to be gone at some point, so hey, Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah. Oh, so you think Beta Ray Bill? I think Tessa is the for Lady Thor.
Possibly. I mean, but they're gonna put Beta Ray Bill in there in some way, shape, or form because I mean,
and you gotta have my man voice Beta Ray Bill if you're gonna have Beta Ray Bill in the movie. Who you think? Spike's fucking Spiegelman's goddamn self.
Stephen Blum.
Yes. If he's not fucking voicing Beta Ray Bill, I don't want him. He ain't.
I don't know, man. It did. Yeah, you know what? I mean, they got Fred Tatasciore not Fred. Bender to fucking voice in Transformer movie. So yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, you're right. You're fucking right. I'm just saying though, dog. Not my Beta Ray Bill.
Oh, he voiced him in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, didn't he?
Yeah, he did in Earth's Mightiest. Yeah, he did in Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah.
I hated the Beta Ray Bill cameo though. I gotta say that. Like,
no, he was better than that one than that fucking Planet Hulk fucking movie that they did, that animated movie where it's like, oh shit, Beta got knocked out pretty quick. Fuck.
Yeah,
dude, I do not like the Planet Hulk fucking storyline.
No, thank you, Joe, thank you. Holy shit, thank you.
I think the idea and concept of him being like, I think the Marvel ran into the problem with Planet Hulk in the simple fact that they made Hulk too goddamn broken.
Well, again, I mean, if you have the Avengers, right, and you look at the Avengers as a team, okay, so you have Thor, who's a god, you have Captain America, who's the leader, the strategist, kind of the heart and soul of the team. Tony's the kind of brains, yada yada yada. What is the Hulk? Hulk is the brawn, he's the rage, he's the power. Exactly. So when you start making these characters kind of too much alike, what the fuck is the point? So if Hulk can sit around and like debate whether or not something is a good idea, or you know what I mean, like so then what is the difference between him and Thor? Because they're both almost equally as powerful. You know, Hulk's stronger than him, whatever. But you know, it's like you're trying to make these characters too much alike, and you're taking away from the kind of individuality of each of them. You know what I mean? Like, let the Hulk be that fucking, you know, rage monster with infinite power, etc., etc. And then when you're having him throw fucking tantrums and he's got a ball to play with.
Yeah.
Like, when they were doing that, I was like, is the fucking Hulk playing with a ball? Like, you're talking about a Hulk that, you know, 6-7 years ago ripped fucking cars in half and used them as boxing gloves in Harlem, which I love.
And then now punched Monster and Avengers, and then punched Ultron into like the universe and shit.
Yeah, and just tore those fucking aliens apart. Saves Iron Man, all this shit. And now, like, first of all, where does he get his haircut? Okay. Secondly,
oh my God.
Secondly,
go ahead. No. Go.
Like I like the look of the Hulk because I really like the look from the Ed Norton Hulk. I thought he looked because he looked like Ed Norton.
He looked comic book cartoon Hulk.
Right. He looked like skin over muscle. Right. Whereas when Ruffalo started playing him in the first Avengers, I liked it because he was more kind of primitive Hulk, but he kind of had fat. And I'm like, whoa. Like the Hulk, he shouldn't have body fat. You know what I mean? He's the fucking Hulk.
Yeah.
Like this Hulk, I like the stature of him. I like the short hair and everything. But when you show him playing a fucking ball and throwing a tantrum and jumping onto... Okay, the Hulk falls out of the sky and falls through fucking layers of concrete, right? But he can jump onto a bed.
Like...
So what the fuck is that? So what the fuck is that bed made out of? What is that bed made out of?
Mind fuck. That's exactly like no.
Can I nitpick for a second?
Go for it.
Go.
Apparently, Thor is the god of lightning and thunder, right?
Yeah, lightning and thunder.
Okay. So he has
I
lightning.
see where you're
coursing
going with
through
this, but keep going.
He has lightning coursing through his veins, right?
Mhm.
Yep. God damn it! I know exactly where you're going.
I know he's going with this. I'm like, I mean,
I thought the
I got
same thing.
I got a defense for it, but go ahead.
No, there's no defense for what I'm about to say or whatever it is you think you're about to say. So first of all, who won that fight? Thor versus Hulk. Who won the fight?
Thor was actually going to win until Grandmaster to pull his shenanigans.
All right, so Thor won. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So he had all that lightning flowing through him at that point in time. Like, so you're telling me that little zap of electricity is how he lost that fight?
Damn it.
I mean,
what is your defense?
I mean,
No, what is
what it is.
You said you had one though.
I mean, my defense is like, it's a fucking shock. I mean, you expect him to fucking just, he's got a lightning. He can. It's a fucking obedience, fucking damn thing device.
He was
electricity.
No, but I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not even talking about before.
Electricity running.
I'm not
through
talking
their
about before he powered up. I'm talking about when he powered up. When he had when he was in a fight, he had lightning already coming out his veins.
And I think the obedience disc operates a little bit differently than what he fucking uses. That's what I'm saying.
God damn it, Chris.
I mean, think about it like this. Hulk can literally, I think if we're playing at Hulk had an obedience disc, and at one point he was trying to pull the shit off and he couldn't.
But okay, I think
that's what I said. I think the
talking
obedience disc goes. I think it functions
if-
differently, but I see what you're saying. Like he's a guy lightning. Lightning shouldn't affect him. It's like,
But
I mean,
Thor isn't. I get that Thor is not organic. Like I don't think they should have made. Like
I mean, this
that
ain't like
movie
Storm
made him-
where Storm gets struck by lightning. And I'm like, okay, that was fucking stupid. That level, where it's
Oh,
like
it's close. Oh, it's close. It's so close.
Chris,
Like,
So
he also never like made any thunder noises, bro. Like there was no thunder. That came
You know
with
what?
his-
You know what? I was just about to. He's the god of thunder, but there's no thunder. There's lightning.
it didn't happen until like the end of the movie when he landed and shit.
No,
It's like,
but
okay.
there was no thunder. It was like, and the Hulk has a thunderclap. Superman has a thunderclap. Like you would expect.
Actually, we haven't seen that
to have
since
a
Avengers
thunderclap.
1 when he had actually thunder. To be frank, I mean, on that note, the Avengers 1 was the last time we saw him literally bringing down like lightning and thunder.
Okay, no, he's right though with the Hulk. I mean, like, I get like when they originally pitched the Thor movie as kind of like an intergalactic fucking space voyage or whatever you want to call it. It was like, all right, I mean, he jettisoned himself into space. Like, it kind of makes sense, and then you kind of see that they're going for Planet Hulk, which, again, I'm not a fucking fan of that storyline. It's like, oh yeah, that was cool, and it was called Gladiator. I don't like that whole thing. Is just like, all right, fine. And I get what they're going for, that he's been the Hulk for 2 years, and he's basically learning and growing. He's kind of like a baby. So, like, I get that aspect of it, but you don't have to make him like a fucking baby.
Like a goddamn
You know
child.
what I mean? Right, like, okay,
was
if he wants to have more complete sentences, sure. The voice to me too was like, it just sounded like he had a deep voice. It didn't sound like a Hulk. Right. Like, I want to hear like him grumble. I want to hear him struggle to put words together. And they're just having a fucking conversation at the end of Hulk's king size bed in his bedroom with his toys.
See, here's the funny thing.
That's not tipped over.
You know what? If they had time to build to that, to where Hulk actually had to learn compound sentences, at least for that shit to work, I wouldn't have been mad. But there was no remnants of like Hulk actually learning anything in these last movies that he was in. Like my Nick was like, "Yo, my dude, you gonna sit here and tell me that my man actually had time other than killing motherfuckers to read fucking Shakespeare or some shit, or someone's fucking reading to him?" I know Valkyrie drunk.
No, but
I know Valkyrie drunk ass ain't reading nothing but a back of a liquor bottle. So there's no fucking way his ass would have fucking been there understanding any of that shit, or at least know.
But the way
Hulk learned
Go ahead,
ABCs.
go.
It's bullshit.
But the way to do that, like the way I think they're going to try to do this now is like when Banner is like, all I remember is and I don't remember this. It's been 2 years. Okay. The way to do that is Banner, one of the smartest guys in the fucking MCU, and Hulk, they basically agree they're two separate entities, but they occupy the same body. So almost have...
He said both of them are driving them. He basically said driving the wheel, too.
No,
but kind of like
basically
Firestorm. But like do like Firestorm, where like you have a conversation. So
right.
I want to see Banner teach Hulk. Like, look, I know that Hulk is more you know, he serves a better purpose than I do on this planet. So I've been trying to teach the Hulk, you know, whatever, to just whatever. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense because you basically have two minds in one body. One of them has fucking 7 PhDs. That makes sense to me. But when it's just like,
that's what happened. And Joe, sorry to cut you off, but you remember fucking watching Earth Mightiest Heroes? That's what actually happened. And Hulk stayed Hulk, and he's like, Banner was like, me and Banner have come to an agreement. But he's sitting there like he's having his own conversations and they're making his own sentences. He's actually doing that, but him and Banner get along in a sense to where, look, we're the same person, we have the same body, and we need to kind of click. When they're on one, it works. Now, granted, in some comic book lore, Banner and Hulk, and it's Banner talking as the Hulk while you're getting like scientific fucking notions, like he's some goddamn hairless, like some goddamn hairless beast from X-Men. But that's exactly what happens when they click like that. But beforehand, it's a struggle. He's like, look, I'll help you do this if you let me come back. He's like, no, I'm not going to let you come back, but I won't embarrass us at the next Avengers dinner. Like if you help me. That's kind of like the whole thing, like to Joe's point. But they did nothing of the sort.
Okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I also think
cut itself.
Yeah, go ahead.
The movie did cut itself in its knees when even Banner at some point said, I don't know what would happen if the Hulk comes back. I may be gone forever if he comes back again.
Thanos might punch the fucking Hulk so goddamn hard he fucking go back in the Banner.
No, but when you say that, you negate what Ashton and Joe just said, where they said, look, you know, you need kind of a cohesive unit and you need to explain the Hulk in some sort of way. So now, like, if you go into Infinity War telling us that, okay, maybe they've come to an agreement or either it's like, so
which could happen.
So it could, but are you just gonna right now cancel off everything that you just set up in this movie?
Nah, I mean, but that's always been the biggest problem. That's always been the biggest problem in comics with Hulk too, is the fact that a lot of writers, and this is not even relegated to the Hulk, a lot of writers, sometimes they don't have that synergy between each other. So you have one writer that will set the tone for Hulk, like the writer that did World War Hulk and Planet Hulk. But then turn around, you get a different writer on Hulk, and now they revert him back to his old ways. I'm like, but just like back in World War Hulk, he was smart and beating people up. Why is he all this? So I think because they haven't set an actual, like, okay, here's the Bible on the Hulk. This is what he is. You're going to get like different versions of like, okay, so Hulk was like this in Age of Ultron, but then bam, he's here on this world doing this. And it's like, okay, we have to have some consistency here on what's established here.
I'll defend it a little bit here.
Well, see, a lot of that I think also goes to.
Oh shit, Prime's talking. Wow.
All right. Sorry about that. Kept you waiting, huh?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that comes to a lot of writers. They feel like they have to have their own stamp on the character. For example, like how many times have we gotten the Thane come to terms with the fact that he's the Thane and that's who he is going forward? Or the next writer that comes along and goes, well, you know what I want to do? I want to tell my version of this man, this monster. Like, we don't necessarily need that. I mean, it's cool. Like, you admire those stories, those same beasts, like the haunted Hulk or the X-Men facing near extermination. It's really cool, and I think it's a nice thing that you feel like you want to add your own unique stamp or your voice on that. But there's only so many times we can see the same story, the same beats told these characters time after time after time again.
You're right, but again, like when you have a character as complex as the Hulk, I mean, he's probably one of the more interesting, characters in terms of like you have two completely opposite beings occupying the same space. So I understand wanting the character to evolve because the right thing to do would be give him his own movie, but obviously we're not probably going to see that. So you have to kind of give him 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here. He changed from Avengers 1 to 2. In Avengers 1, he was kind of wild. In Avengers 2, he was more part of the team.
Yeah.
But with this one, I get what they're trying to do. Like, I get it. But, when you have the Hulk acting, like, again, making incomplete sentences or stuttering or whatever, I get it. But he's got a fucking child's bedroom. Like, he basically has he basically has every fucking teenager's dream bedroom. He's got a liquor bar, a giant bed, and a bunch of toys. I was waiting for like the wall of skateboards and a fucking video game console. Or, you know what? I wouldn't have been surprised if he had like porn.
Xbox One.
Yeah, I feel like there's a disconnect. Like they don't know the difference between Hulk. Hulk is simple, but he's not like He's simple like a child, but not child simple. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. So that's what I'm saying.
I was saying
like,
Peter David Hulk is what they should have really went for.
That's exactly. They should have went full all in on some Peter David Hulk.
But like you know, with like Firestorm, like you see how Firestorm was handled in the cartoons and shit like that. Like, yeah, it's kind of a more simplified version, but it makes sense because you have the educated, brilliant doctor telling the kind of lesser experienced but more physically capable person, like, look, this is what, you know, da 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 da. So, I mean, fuck, even if you have to have some kind of voiceover when he's the Hulk, you know, telling him or trying to guide him or whatever, like Edward Norton did the best thing in that movie. He said, I can't control it, I can aim it. And that to me was like, that's fucking perfect. Like, I can help him aim his anger, but I can't control it.
Which they did with him landing on the fucking Bifrost Bridge.
That was funny.
That was shit. Okay. That right there had to be the funniest goddamn scene. It was. Oh my god.
It's like plunk. It's like shit.
And then you just show him laying there, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Bruh, laying there and not moving. And then, you know in your head he's not dead. At the same time, you're sitting there like, bruh.
It reminded me of the Edward Norton Hulk when he landed in the ground. He's like, oh shit, bam! Yeah. It's like, oh fuck. Well, damn.
This was worse though. He went back first. You seen him go straight like into the body, like back. I'm like, oh, this nigga ain't moving. Oh,
but see, but then again, like I same with Ed Norton. Like I like the idea. Okay, so he jumps out of the fucking the ship. He lands on the Bifrost Bridge. If you and I did that, we would die. We'd break our fucking neck, our arm. Like you saw his arm fall behind his back. But I like the idea of the Hulk saving him. Just like when he said in the Norton movie, like I put a gun in my mouth, but the
Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers. Sorry. So when he said I put a gun in my mouth, but the other guy spit it out. Like I like the idea of the Hulk being like no, but I like the idea of Banner like being able to kind of say no.
Yeah. It's kind of like Hulk in the End, where oh my God, it's been so long since I read that story, where like
then he put his
the Hulk was the last living being on the end. Yeah, no, like the Hulk was like the last living being, and like he wouldn't let Banner come out.
Right.
Because the Hulk was finally left alone.
Right.
Yeah. Sure. But yeah, since we've been spending time on the Hulk, Valkyrie.
Wait! Before we get into Valkyrie, hold on. Can we just take a second to recognize the most important character and the one who stole the whole movie with Korg?
Oh my God. You know what, man? Korg was awesome.
Dude.
Korg was fucking amazing. And
it's like, hey, buddy, what's going on?
When I found out that was Watiti playing Korg, I could not stop laughing. It had the big. I was like, okay, this makes all the sense in the fucking world.
It was so he like that big ass hulking rock body, and then he talks like that, and he's talking about doing the revolution, but they didn't print enough pamphlets and shit like that. Like that character stole that entire fucking movie.
He's like.
I was just laughing at the fact that it's like Thor knew his race, and I was like, so you're not gonna bring up the fact that you killed one of his people, right? All right, cool, bet, gotcha.
Yep, cool. All right, dope.
Well, it could have been his uncle. You don't know.
I know. It's like, oh, that was my uncle. He used to beat me as a kid. I don't know why. You know.
I appreciate that, fella. Well, see, I love Korg, even though he's like nothing like his comic book counterpart, and I also love his comic book counterpart because he was essentially the black dude from Gladiator.
I know, right?
Essentially, that's what he was.
So Digimon Hansu.
Yeah. Two different takes on the same character, but yeah, I enjoyed it, and I really want to see a spinoff with him. I'll watch it. I'll support that shit. Give me a one shot, let him pop up and fucking
Apparently there was rumor.
Anything, I don't care.
Rumor has it Korg was gonna come back, and because like that's something that they're thinking about doing, and I'm like, yes, more Korg, please.
Wait, I mean, if they're looking to make one more Avengers that kind of leads off into the finale of Infinity War, and they're looking to make one more Guardians with this cast, why not look at somebody like Korg? Even though, like, I get that fucks with comic continuity or whatever, but
like, really fuck with it because he's an alien from space.
Right, exactly. So, but I'm saying, like, maybe he's not on the team. Maybe you know what I mean. Like that character. Everything that I've seen online from people that are like, "Oh my god, it's because of that character," or people tweeting at Waititi saying like, "You fucking killed it." You know, like why not? Imagine him and Gunn working together on a movie, even if he's just playing a character. You know what I mean? Like that to me, like especially in that universe of the Guardians that is more lighthearted and fun.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That's just do that shit. Have him team up with Stallone. Fuck that.
Hey, you look.
Or even better yet, like we never really got Nathan Fillion as Simon Williams and anything. Like it was teasing those behind the scene photos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those motherfuckers.
I would fucking love to see his Simon Williams and Korg do anything together.
Hey, listen. Did you appreciate Jeff Goldblum playing Jeff Goldblum?
He's so good. He's so fucking good.
Yes.
Cosplaying as the Grandmaster, because that's all Jeff Goldblum was doing.
Jeff Goldblum playing Jeff Goldblum.
Yo,
And I'm fine with that because it works.
You can't even be mad. You can't even be mad at that. Like it's like
I mean, he's playing Jeff Goldblum.
you want to be
Jeff
mad.
Goldblum.
Like
Yeah,
there's no characterization to the Grandmaster. It was just Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum. It's just okay.
Yo,
I guess.
here's the thing about that. And when he brought up Korg being the best one, I honest to God thought Jeff Goldblum was gonna steal this fucking movie and run away with it until Korg like showed his lovely ass. Then I'm kind of like, nope, never mind. But Jeff Goldblum, and it was like funny. He's like, yeah, you're doing the you did the thing. He's like, yo, no, I don't like that word. What are you talking about? Slaves? No. He's like, no, what? No, that word is awful. He's like, okay, paid.
Prisoners that get paid.
He says, yes, that's better. That's something I rather. Yeah, and it's just like his could be with TD and with TD's timing with Jeff Goldblum, and it's like, yo, just say what you want to say, but it's like, yo, no, I like what you wrote, and I'm gonna go with that.
Dude, homegirl gave him the staff. He's like, no, what are you giving me the staff for?
Dude, Goldblum is one of those actors. He's one of the few actors that when you cast Jeff Goldblum, I don't care what role it is, he shows up and he's like, okay, we want you to play the Grand Master of this. Cool. I'm going to be Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
even in Law and Order, I think he's in Law and Order, and I'm like, it's Jeff Goldblum, but he's playing serious Jeff Goldblum.
Like you write the character for Jeff Goldblum. You don't write the character and then cast Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
You might have the character like, okay, this is what he's going to look like. Then you cast Jeff Goldblum and you go, all right, fuck all that. Let's just take it's kind of like what Robert Downey Jr. did with Tony Stark. Like Tony Stark in the comics was not anything like Robert Downey Jr. played him.
And yet the comics have adapted to that and made him
right.
Robert Downey Jr.
Dude, yeah, if you read the comics now, he is fucking Robert Downey Jr. So like Jeff Goldblum shows up, okay, we got this idea, he's eccentric, right. I'm gonna be Jeff Goldblum, so let me know what you
I need a collector and a Grandmaster like short ASAP.
Yeah,
those two have the most weirdest like eccentric personalities ever, and they just clash together. It's like,
and it's funny because he's kind of a bad guy. Like he's a bad dude.
I'm gonna say kinda.
Yeah. He's a bad dude, but you're like, I kind of fucking like this guy.
Because at the end, where he was like, yeah, so we can't have a revolution about the person that started, but I just want to say it's a tie.
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
It's a tie. All right, guys. All right, everybody, go back home. No, man. What got me with that shit?
And also him smiling at Loki.
Yes. Now I'll say this off rip, straight up, with Jeff Goldblum. When I heard he was announced for the movie, I was like, wait, what? And I thought about it. Last time I seen Jeff Goldblum was in The League when he was playing one of the characters' dads.
Yep.
And I'm like, if this is anything remotely close to that, this is going to be the best thing I've ever seen on in television, like on a TV screen, because he wowed the fuck out when he was on that show, and he was himself. But it's just like he's fucking like Sarah Silverman in the bathroom, and no one's the wiser. And I'm just kind of like, this probably actually happened. No one said anything. They just probably kept the camera rolling. And they're kind of like, yep, all right. Like no one's gonna say like, wait, what is going on? It's Jeff Goldblum. That shit. Like I said, Korg was the surprise hit of this movie to me when I originally thought it was gonna be Goldblum.
Oh man, I know a lot of people were really thrown off about the Willy Wonka shit before we saw the Grandmaster.
You know the funny thing is,
that took me out. I'm sorry, that took me out like for a second because I'm like, okay.
It fit the motif of the Grandmaster, but it's like, huh?
But it's just like, yeah, like of all that's the most obscure music on Sakaar. Like Sakaar's supposed to be super far, and like.
Well, they do get stuff from other dimensions, but yeah.
It's just like, nah, it just took me out for a second.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
I mean, there are a lot of.
Not expecting much. I'm not expecting little. I'm expecting Jeff Goldblum. It's like That's all I can say. In anything I've seen him in the last ever
10 years,
he's always Jeff Goldblum. Like
again,
that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. He's in
It's
Law and
not.
Order. We get serious Jeff Goldblum in Law and Order. So it's like, oh,
and he's still cracking jokes.
Yeah,
Very weird. So you raped her and murdered her. It's like, but it was a joke. It's like, I can't take you seriously.
I mean, you can. It's Jeff Goldblum, but I get what you're saying.
But it's like he isn't like Robin Williams. When Robin Williams did that movie where he played the dude looking at the family's pictures, where it's like, okay, Robin, you're a little
1 hour photo.
Yeah, it's like you're scaring me here, Robin. Like, chill.
that was kind of creepy. Like
That was super creepy.
like,
Oh yeah, very super creepy.
like Robin Williams. All right, so Valkyrie.
Yeah, so Valkyrie. Yeah, they really made her like Valkyrie / Angela almost a little bit, if it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Every character in this movie was somebody / somebody.
It was
At a point.
Angela was two people, dude. Like Angela was like Valkyrie and Angela was Hela. Like it was that bad. But no,
I think they did that on purpose so they don't incur the wrath of Todd McFarlane, who's already like fuck Marvel already and shit. So it's like, yeah, if they put her in the movie, then Todd McFarlane would have had a fucking aneurysm and shit.
Oh, he's gonna burn that shit to the ground.
He would
He would have came through with a fucking Spawn cape and chains, knocking on Marvel HQ door.
Let me tell you this: how I felt about Valkyrie, and I've never felt this way about anybody on screen before. And I actually
Oh,
thought
wow.
it was good.
Oh, okay.
Did you rub one off? Like,
yeah.
did you rub one off to Valkyrie?
Okay,
I hope that's not it.
Honestly, I thought that was going to be saved for Jeff Goldblum. Obviously, I was wrong. It was totally Valkyrie. But anyway, so she comes off the fucking jet and fucking says, "Hey, that's mine." Walks, takes 2 steps, and stumbles her drunk ass off. And I laughed so hard, but I never thought I can experience love like that in my life.
I'm pretty sure you were like that dude. Remember that dude saw that chick down that Hennessy and he was just like, "Oh shit," like that.
Bruh. Yes, like it was exactly that. I was like, "Fam, I'm in love."
Yo, y'all know what I'm talking. You know the video I'm talking about, right?
Yep, that's so sad. So sad.
Hold up. I like how he's professing his love about a character, and he's like, "Hold up." It's like that one time that video where that guy saw that chick down the bottle of Hennessy, and I'm like, "Who the fuck downs a bottle of Hennessy?"
Oh,
Jesus
dude,
Christ.
Joe, you should have saw it. Like,
this is the video.
She downed it, and the dude was like, "Oh shit!" Like, all right,
Like,
what's up?
he
Like,
was in love.
yeah,
You
he's
know
like,
what? I'm not being in love with no woman who downs a bottle of Hennessy.
Dude, I'm too
She
white for
has
that
other
shit. I'm
problems
like,
altogether.
God damn.
Dude.
Yo, because when she told Thor,
liver.
tell your story while down this drink, I'm like, I'm pretty sure Shaggy was like, "Oh shit."
Yes. I was like, "Yo, Tessa Thompson."
No, can we address the fact that she killed like 30 people as soon as the first minute we saw her?
Hold up. I think he was about to just say that he rubbed one out in the theater to her, though.
I know, right?
No.
Oh, no.
It would have been bad because I will say this, Joe. This movie gave me the weirdest boner.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's super aggressive, but okay.
Yeah, no.
So unnecessary.
All right.
I was super afraid of Hela. And,
All right.
it was just she freaked me out in a good way. But then Valkyrie kind of was like, I just loved her, but not to be sexual though. Valkyrie was like too late for that, honestly.
It's too fucking late for that.
Actually, I honestly Valkyrie, like just the way Tessa Thompson played her was so chill. Like you knew she was avoiding something, because usually when you see characters drink like that profusely, they're running from something.
Oh yeah.
Hold up. When you see people drink like that profusely, they're running from something.
Exactly.
I feel
Well,
like
wait. That's
Exactly.
not
Like,
Lucas is a drinker here, so
I'm about to say,
we all drink.
I drink like that, and I'm running away from absolutely nothing.
Are you sure?
I just like drinking.
Do we need a moment? Are you sure?
All right, hold up. This yeah, it's not really a Thor
This
talk.
is a safe place,
It's
man.
actually an intervention. So let's just get it
We're
out.
on the table here. We're here because we love you.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Lovely,
man.
you with a bottle of alcohol with you. Like, that's
Hey, real talk though. Yo, real talk though. Like I was sitting up there, like me and D, we were sitting there, and I got like Zack Snyder flashbacks when they showed her battle in hell, and I was like, "Yo, that is like the most Zack Snyderish like 300 shit I have ever
That
seen
was
in my
metal
life."
as fuck. What are you
I
talking
know,
about?
right? I know. I ain't complaining.
I was looking for the flame guitar dude.
I'm not complaining. I was like, yo.
Hold up. Okay, say what you want about the movie. Like we all kind of feel the same way. Like it was funny, but you have to appreciate this guy's visual style.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like there were moments in this movie, whether you like the comedy or not, whatever. But I mean, he took, like you just said, like that Zack Snyder kind of matte painting approach. And then there were like scenes in this movie that felt like I was watching Flash Gordon.
Yeah, he went Kirby with it a bit too.
Yeah, like this is as close to
Super
Kirby as I think we're probably ever going to get, to be honest with you.
Kind of wanted the first two to be that way, but
I mean,
but I mean, even look at the arena
route.
scene. Even look at the arena scene when like Thor, like look at the color that Thor, when he's in fucking Norway or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all muted. Even in New York, it's muted colors, kind of dirty. It's very kind of washed out. And then when he gets into the arena and he puts that new armor on, it's all bright, poppy colors, lights, and shit like that. Like he was able to distinguish certain areas of the movie, like locations, with colors. Asgard, you notice, had that kind of gold, bright, airy look.
Yeah.
Like the guy's got a fucking style, man. He's got a really good style.
Speaking of
But I
style,
will say this though.
Oh, go ahead.
Like someone said, I think it was Joe that said it earlier, or someone else said it. This movie made up for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Where Guardians of the Galaxy Where Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 decided to throw a lot of color at you. Not saying there's anything wrong with color and just insult your eyes with heavy dose of color.
Yeah.
Taika decided, okay, I'm gonna throw color at you, but I'm just gonna do it where you can actually watch the movie and not
dial it back a little
convulse.
bit.
Yes,
it's a difference between coloring within the lines, which Thor did, and fucking taking a bucket of paint and throwing it at a coloring book, which is what Guardians of the Galaxy did.
Multiple buckets of paint and throwing it at
Right.
coloring
Like-
and coloring
like-
books, not just one book. Like fuck all your books. And I'm throwing paint everywhere.
I have Guardians of the Galaxy in 4K, right? So I was watching the end scene, and like there are moments where you're like, "Holy shit, this looks fucking incredible!" You know what I mean? Especially like a 4K. But then there are a lot of moments in that movie where you're like, "I can't tell what the fuck is what. I can't tell the ground from the sky, from the ship, from fucking Groot, from Rocket." You know what I mean? But everything in Thor was very distinguishable.
Yeah.
They had Baby Groot, so
They changed the color. Fuck Baby Groot. They changed the color.
Wait a minute.
What?
Say something that disrespectful.
No, that was
Okay,
disrespectful.
here.
Baby Groot.
Hold up. No, hold up.
No, he doesn't hate
You
Baby
guys
Groot.
You guys can't tell me what the point of that movie was, right? Nobody knows what the fuck the story was.
Oh no,
What was the
Groot.
point? Okay, hold up. What the fuck was the point of Baby Groot other than to be and sell toys?
Adorable. What is
Exactly.
No, you literally said the point of Baby Groot. I said that before the movie came out. I said, oh, Baby Groot. Oh yeah, that's merchandise.
I mean, it was a way to bring back
100%.
Groot without like actually like bringing back Groot. It's like, oh well, he's a new
so damn
Groot.
cute, though.
So yeah.
Like the Groot in the first one was the heart and soul of the movie. I mean, he saved them by fucking, he was the heart and soul of the movie. This one was like, get him the fuck out of the way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, get him the fuck back here. Like,
Even when he brought a severed thumb, he was still cute.
Yeah.
Like it just
Every time Baby Groot stepped on screen, Marvel Toys went up $1 billion.
Exactly.
You're 100% right. You're 100, but that was the point of Baby Groot.
Hey, I gotta be real about this though. I gotta say, I know we criticize the hell out of Hulk, but fucking kids love the hell out of fucking Hulk because I've seen a ton of fucking kids with goddamn Hulk just like punching each other and shit out here on these damn streets and shit. So yeah.
Hey, y'all thought Hulk was added to this movie for a plot point. He was added to this movie for merchandising. They are not stupid. They like, man, put the Hulk in this movie so we can make some more money.
Yo, I did say this though. So who did Heimdall's hair, man? Because you don't go from short hair to just having dreads and shit.
He just screwed that shit out. He got tired.
He had a rough time between that world and this movie. That's what happened.
My man, dude, Idris Elba, god damn.
They gave him more to do. I would give him props. It's like, oh shit, Heimdall got more to do now. He ain't just cutting the ship down and then disappears.
So, well, one Thor character got something to do. That's nice.
Motherfucker was black.
Good for him.
He was fucking Moses the entire time. Leave my people.
With the sword. It's like, all right, cool.
I feel like he used that as an audition for Green Lantern for DC.
Hey, I was saying the same thing. This whole movie, I'm like, oh,
real
they
talk,
put him in this
man.
movie like,
Real talk,
"Don't leave us yet."
man. I don't want Green Lantern for Egypt, man. Because God damn it, man.
Hey, let him do whatever the fuck he wants.
I know, man. I know.
At this point, like this is the last. In all honesty, this is the last Thor movie. Completely, this is it.
Then again, yeah, it makes sense.
You might as well move forward.
Yeah, then again, it makes sense and stuff. It's just, hey,
let him do whatever the fuck he wants.
As long as it's not Tyrese, we're good. So yeah,
because you know, we're not getting fucking him as James Bond. It's not gonna happen. So
that's not gonna happen.
Let him if he wants to go out there and be fucking Black He-Man or whatever. Like I'm into it.
So you just put it out there now, right? You just said Black He-Man. It's like somebody's gonna fucking pick that
fuck.
up.
Well, eventually he got to prove he can act, but he can be Green Lantern.
Hey, first off, did you just say Idris Elba can act?
Oh,
did I stutter? I did not stutter.
Have you watched Luther?
I know exactly.
Have you seen Luther?
Let me rephrase that. Idris Elba cannot act in movies. There you go. Except for Beast of a Nation. He was pretty good in that one. And sucks in every other movie he's been in.
Wait. The same fucking person who just told me the point of a character was to be adorable is now telling me that Idris Elba can't fucking act. Thank
you. Would you like to go movie with me with Idris Elba? And I'm gonna let you point out.
If you bring up Tyler Perry movies, I'm gonna have to say,
you know what? I can skip Daddy's Little Girl altogether. If I decide with Obsession. We go downhill from there.
I don't need to go movie for movie with you. I can do this. I can explain the plot of his last movies. You still can't explain what the fuck Groot did.
What, The Mountain Between Us with Homegirl?
I'm about to say, yeah, because I saw that movie. Please explain it for me.
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Please explain that one for me.
But I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and I still don't know what the fuck Groot's point was because I'm 35 and I don't go, oh,
everyone knows why Baby Groot is in that movie. Everybody knows. It wasn't even a secret or a surprise.
To sell toys.
Exactly.
What was Idris Elba's purpose in Thor Ragnarok?
You put Idris Elba in the movie. You put it to be Moses.
That was his purpose.
That was a good one.
I just told you why he was in this movie. He was fucking Moses. All right.
Exactly. Moses with the sword. It's like Dark World. It was like, hey Idris, you're gonna take down the ship, and that's gonna be your badass moment. Am I gonna do anything else? No, you're good.
Also, my man was in Rockin' Nobody. All right.
All I'm saying is he was in the most woke movie ever. Fucking Zootopia. I'm just saying, he was Shere Khan, dog. Shere Khan.
He was also in
Stringer Bell, nigga.
Stringer Bell, dog. He was also in No Good Deeds, though. So
Stringer Bell.
In the same year. He was in No Good Deeds.
Luther already.
Again, he's awesome at television.
I'm saying
awesome at television.
I'll say
the most woke movie ever.
And hey, yo, and real talk, you put him in the movie. If you want to be real about it and stuff, he does good with the material he's given. You got to give him that.
Chris, you do not want to go there with me.
I can go there if you give him. No. We all saw Dark Tower. He did what he could with that movie.
No,
here's the problem. No, and you know my love for Dark Tower and the series altogether. I'm not even counting that against him. That's not counted against him.
He worked with what he had, and it worked.
I'm not counting that against him, but we could.
But I mean, but Heimdall
so far with him in movies, but
he's all right.
Yo, all right. Let me ask y'all this: when he's, let's get to the eventual because we're actually wrapping up towards the end.
Yeah, we can wrap.
Let's be real shit. Do you think that Heimdall's eyes is the Soul Stone?
No.
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 Yeah, because we're at a point now where we're getting to the bottom line, and somebody said either somebody in Asgard has a soul stone, which funny enough, Hela basically kicking down that fucking thrift store fucking Infinity Gauntlet was fucking hilarious.
That's great.
She's like, fake, get this out of here.
She was like, "Oh, that's nice." Fake.
Yeah.
Oh. Joe.
Somebody mentioned.
Why do you think no? Why do you say no? I
Oh
want
yeah,
to know
yeah,
why
yeah.
Joe said no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible because like he was just saying, I do feel kind of like they're getting to the end where they're like, fuck, that's the Soul Stone. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of
because Black Panther could be the one with the Soul Stone, and we don't know
see, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is like we still have Black Panther to go, and you know, I mean, Wakanda is this hidden fucking city. It's kind of like Themyscira in a way, where like it's hidden. They've got all this technology, all this crazy shit. It kind of makes sense that they would be the ones that were hiding it,
or have it unknowingly, kind of like
like
Mind Stone, because it's like, oh shit, they have the Mind Stone.
Exactly. So like, if it turned out to be Heimdall's eyes, like he's got two of them. So how the fuck does that work?
I mean, Thor did sit there when he had that dream in Age of Ultron. I can't believe, you know, shockingly enough, Waititi actually did a pretty good job with that little plot point in Age of Ultron and actually worked with it. But it would be amazing because remember in the backstory with Age of Ultron, Heimdall couldn't see for shit.
Right. So like if that were the case, like if that were his I mean, I don't hate it. You know, if you want to put Idris Elba in Infinity War for a second, because even in the bit part of Infinity War, he'd still make more sense than Baby Groot. But
he won't be in it longer than Baby Groot, though. He won't be in it longer than Baby Groot. You're getting Baby Groot for 30 minutes in Infinity War. Deal with it. Or Teenage Groot. I'm sorry. You're getting it for 30 minutes.
Yeah, you're not getting Baby Groot because no one gives a fuck anymore.
But he's Teenage Groot now, so you know.
I know. But anyways, like I mean, I don't know, man. I think it makes more sense for it to be on Wakanda, like because it's like they said, it's such a hidden, like nobody knows about it. But if it turned out to be Heimdall, like you know, at this point,
you wouldn't be mad. Only reason why I'm saying is because I'm looking at like just thinking about how his eyes and how he can see and everything else. Also, how the movie ended in the post-credit scenes. We already know. You're a goddamn moron if you don't think that Loki took the Tesseract.
No, come on, man. He eyed that shit like a fucking.
There's no fucking way.
So wait. I thought the same. So does
I have to applaud them, Taika Waititi, for not actually showing him taking it. Like he's leaving it to the audience to be smart enough to put two and two to fucking together.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like,
okay. Let me ask you guys this. I thought the same thing. So in Infinity War, does Loki end up using the Tesseract to help the Avengers and dying for real, or something like that? Like when you see him kind of stop and he's like, oh shit, kind of made me think of like the first Iron Man with what's his face walk by the War Machine, the suit, and he's like, next time. Yeah, so like we all think he took it. So does that mean that we now see Loki pop up in Infinity War, either 1 or 2, and he used the Tesseract against Thanos, or you know, some kind of fucking heroic gesture? Because it seems like
no. If they're going to be true to Loki, what's going to happen is he's going to probably offer the Tesseract to Thanos as a tribute, then try some double standard, double blind Loki black crossing shit, blackmailing, double crossing shit, and get shaken up by Thanos.
I mean, I saw the Infinity War trailer and stuff. Now, granted, it's changed up significantly because you know Thor lost an eye and shit, and you know.
Another reason why I really like this movie, because that was a nod, because Thor did lose, lost an eye, going to be being the leader and being the god of Thor, like you know.
Oh yeah,
King Thor. I would have preferred he lost his arm instead.
Yeah, I mean Hickman's run. I believe Hickman's run before Secret Wars. It was actually a future Thor where he literally did lose his eye and shit. And he had like the Odin Force and was right.
Yeah. Like, Jason Aaron's book. Now he and the future Thor, when they flash forward to the future, he's missing an eye and he has the destroyer arm.
See, he still can lose his arm in Infinity War. There's still time for that.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how Thanos puts hands on that whole entire, because I'm pretty sure he took Asgard as slaves, because I don't think he killed everybody on that fucking ship. But but it seemed, like I said, the way that movie ended is like, that's kind of interesting where this is going, because like I said, the Infinity War trailer showed at San Diego, he does have the Tesseract and he's staring at Thanos, so probably does give it to him so he doesn't die, but I think he's gonna die. So, you know, it's curious to see what Marvel does after that, if he does seriously die, and see who they have as a replacement.
When does Infinity War come out?
Next year.
What, like June, July?
Summer next year.
May 5th. So we've got basically, 2-3 months in between Black Panther and Infinity War.
Yes, Black Panther, Infinity War, then Captain Marvel, I believe.
No. What's 2019?
What are you talking about?
Comes out in July.
So do you guys? Yeah.
Hold on. What comes after Infinity War?
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh, Ant-Man and Wasp. I'm sure. Yeah.
Rad.
All right. So do you guys think
You
that
tripping.
after, like, because to me, like, Black Panther looks like it could be the best one yet, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Debatable.
So
Completely debatable.
Who said debatable? Lucas,
No.
man.
Me and
In
Shaggy.
fact, there's no
Chris,
debatable about it. Nope.
Mute
Not even gonna debate
Lucas
that.
real quick. Mute Lucas
Not
real
with
quick.
double Black Panther. Not with double Black Panther.
Mute
I expect that out of
Lucas real
Shaggy
quick.
because Shaggy's on his anti-Black Panther agenda, so I get that.
Why?
Wait,
Why?
what
Why?
the
Why is anybody? Why? Yeah. Why is anybody against this?
What you mean, Catman?
No. I think Shaggy's doing it for trolling purposes. I don't think he hates the character, but I think he's like, nah, man.
I actually okay. So let me clear the air here because this is actually a fucking show that I actually respect. Everyone in here I actually respect too. So fuck Black Panther. The end.
Whoa. Where is the respect though? Like I thought there was respect coming.
Oh, there was respect. I wasn't gonna lie to you.
He didn't say mother. He didn't say mother. Black Panther. I took that as respect.
This is why I have Lucas and Shaggy on because it's like, look, they're not being obnoxious like people on Twitter where they're like, fuck Black Panther, fuck black people. It's like, whoa, God, chill out.
Ain't nothing to that.
Whoa,
But
guys.
I can get two fucks about Catman and whatever movie that
Exactly.
comes out.
But that's where it
Okay.
stops with y'all because y'all don't have like nasty hate. It's just like, it ain't my
It's
thing.
honestly okay.
So
real
basically, it's me with the entire X-Men universe.
shit, pretty much. Joe.
Probably,
Joe,
yeah.
I
All right.
respect. But like this, I respect Black Panther as a character. However, he doesn't interest me, and I'm not gonna pretend that he's getting the shine now.
That is
that
fair.
it's gonna
That is
stop.
100% fair.
I am not going to ride or die on that shit. Look, I am not going to say the casting. I love the movie. I hope it does well, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I fucking like Black Panther just because they're black. I'm not going to fucking do that.
But if you see it and it's
Hey,
but if it's good, are you gonna?
blasphemous if you're black and you don't like Black Panther?
Look, I never said the movie wasn't going to be good. I actually wanted to do good. My thing is because that'll give me hope for more characters. On the flip side of that, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm not gonna shit on it if it was bad. I'm like, if anything, I'll do one of those fucking memes where Jay-Z's like, and fucking walking out of the room. But see, that's the type of shit. Like, just because I don't like the character doesn't mean I won't be here for like the movie or the support. Because that means I want Chadwick Boseman to get more jobs. However,
hold the phone.
no.
Chadwick Boseman has played every fucking important black person
Black
in
character,
cinematic
exactly.
history.
Dog.
If this nigga don't learn how the meaning of versatile in his roles, because
Bro,
man, he playing one more. He playing Rosa Parks next.
Hey, don't say that. Hey, don't be saying that, dog.
I'll fucking watch it.
Yeah,
Hold on.
and then
I'll watch
after
it. Give it to me.
after that, he's gonna play Obama and fucking everybody else. Like
Yeah.
he's the
Exactly.
he's the
That motherfucker-
go-to guy.
He's
When
Denzel
it's
right
like-
now, man. He's
No, he's
Denzel.
not.
You get Denzel
No,
for
the fuck
everything.
he's not.
No,
No.
Don't say that.
I'm talking in
People
terms
hate
of you get
Denzel.
Denzel for everything. It's like, hey, get Denzel. Get him.
So
Get him.
he's okay. He's older than
But
not like
when it
young
comes- when it
Denzel
comes-
trying to be.
When it comes to Black Panther, yes, I do it for trolling purposes. But if you ask me honestly why I don't like him, it's honestly he has not had the best writers ever. Anyway, period. The writers aren't helping him. To me, as a black man, there are other interesting black characters I can relate to than I could with Black Panther.
Like Blue
And
Marvel.
also, actually Static, but yeah, I can actually
See,
relate to.
that's
can
you're being a lot more fair because when people are like, "Do you see Logan?" I'm like, "Yeah, fuck that movie." And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Cause fuck that movie."
Yeah,
No,
everybody
no,
mistakes.
Joe-
People mistake
Joe-
it as Joe
you
like
guys-
hating, and I was like, no, Joe doesn't hate Logan. He likes the Logan character. It's just
I
doesn't like the movie.
I love the X. I have an X-Men T-shirt on right now. I love the X-Men so much, it literally hurts my fucking feelings when I see Singer or whoever take these characters, not understand them, and give me some bullshit fucking movie.
I'm still
And you're
hurt
like-
over Darwin in First Class. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh
still hurt.
man, that shit was on FX movies while I was at work, and I just said, "Oh, they about to kill Darwin."
No, dude, you get Hugh Jackman, who I fucking love, right? I love him as Wolverine. He's better than the movies he's been in. The last movie he's going to be in, Old Man Logan, got that fucking
The
sweet
worst.
ass beard. He look, we're gonna rate it R, etc., etc. Cool. Who's he gonna fight? A fucking clone.
Another Wolverine?
Yeah,
This is
and
I
the
was like,
third,
yo.
fourth time he's fought a Wolverine derivative?
Right.
Okay,
and
thank
a
you. Fox.
fucking hillbilly with a metal hand Again, you can't tell me what Guardians of the Galaxy about? Cool. Who's the villain of Logan? I don't know. Get the
I
fuck
was literally
out of here.
like, yo, real side note. I was really like, I would have rather him fought Sabretooth. I mean, fucking Homeboy was
Exactly.
ready. Homeboy was ready to come back. Like, yo, if you call me up, man. Lee Shriver, he was like, yo, call me back.
Yeah, they're not
Sabretooth, man.
putting
No,
that in
apparently
there.
you heard about what happened with Lee Schreiber though. They couldn't because of the R rating. I think it's bullshit, but it's factual. Because of the R rating, they didn't have enough budget and they didn't have enough money for the budget to get Lee Schreiber to play Sabretooth.
I'm pretty sure he would took
Wait,
fucking
wait,
SAG fucking bare minimum and shit.
Lee Shriver does not command actual money.
Exactly.
That's why I said it was bullshit. That's why I said it was logical.
I mean,
that's why I'm saying it's logical bullshit. So I'm sitting there going like, that doesn't make any sense. But they made a Sabretooth reference to that, and I'm just like, I guess, man.
That's almost equivalent of saying because they're going to pay him $10 million to be in this movie. Fuck no.
Oh, side note though, I remember a while back before we wrap this up, when Momoa was up for Drax, right? Apparently Momoa wanted to command more money, and Marvel was like, "Really, dog? Really? Okay, we're gonna go with Batista."
I thought it was he didn't want to be a big character.
He wanted more money. He wanted more money. That was the real reason. He wanted more.
But you know what though? You know what though? That was fucking Aquaman. Now he gets his own movie.
Yeah, it worked out for him.
Was it that bad of a decision?
No, it wasn't. It was just at the time I was like, "Hey, Momoa, I love you, man, but Jesus Christ, you wanted a lot of."
Wasn't he coming off Game of Thrones?
I think so. It was right around the time. Yeah, it was right around the time.
Yeah, he should make more money than whatever they were gonna pay him.
No, he shouldn't. No, he should.
Yes, he should.
Not chance.
Let's
Let's be fucking realistic here. No, because he's making peanuts on Game of Thrones. You can't then come in and think you're worth a couple of $1 million to do a film. Fuck.
I actually scratched that. He was coming off a bullet to the head when he was actually asking.
Oh, that's even worse.
I know. That's the thing. That's the thing too. And it's like, dude, you just get Conan. Granted, you were good in Game of Thrones, and you did bullet to the head, and you want more money from Marvel? Nah,
I'm more interested in seeing what did they offer him because Warner's is clearly saying they paid him about $600,000 to do Aquaman. So what the fuck did they?
Here's the funny thing is, Batista got paid more than that, and that was playing Drax.
Exactly. That's what like. How the fuck did he price?
Batista got $750,000 to play Drax.
But you know what? Look at
though. Real quick though, how much of that merchandising is Momoa gonna get though?
Exactly.
That's true.
And think about what Gal made.
They did not share that in their first movies.
But think about what Gal made for Wonder Woman, right? So the fucking word of the street is that she didn't really get paid that much money to be Wonder Woman. And guess well now what's gonna happen when in the sequel? Yeah, her and Patty Jenkins were like, "Oh, cool! You want us to come back? You better fucking back that truck up right here.
Pay those women their money."
Yeah. So
for DC for Gal was probably like $5 million. It's not like she got 20.
Hey, $5 million is still that $5 million is better than $600,000. Let's be real. I mean, it's a start.
Remember though, she actually bargained for back end money off of Wonder Woman also.
Oh,
she got back end money off Wonder Woman.
But then check this out. So if Wonder Woman kind of resets, let's say it shifts the tone for the DC, whatever the fuck. Let's just say Justice League hypothetically kills it. Kind of looks like Aquaman might steal the show, and then you shift over to James Wan doing this kind of swashbuckling Aquaman movie. Again, we've never seen what Aquaman is going to show us. Marvel hasn't gone underwater yet, so like it's a new look for us. Let's just say, just for shits and giggles, Aquaman does 3/4 of the success of Wonder Woman. That's fucking huge, and then he now can come back and say, "Oh, you want me in Justice League 2? Oh, you want me in Aquaman 2? Now fucking pay me."
Yeah. Oh, so it's not gonna be. This is gonna be his moneymaker, regardless.
Always remember I think the key part is his deal with them is a lot different than her deal was with Wonder Woman.
Joe, did we talk about? Was it me and you that talked about like which Jason Momoa which Aquaman we're gonna get? Are we gonna get like fun-loving Arthur Curry, or are we
Aquaman? What are you talking about?
Are we gonna fucking get Edgelord Curry?
It looks like we're gonna get a combination of like Brave and the Bold Aquaman with like Peter David 90s Aquaman.
Like, I'm okay.
He's gonna have that angst. He's gonna have that Peter David angst, but with the sense of humor of Brave and the Bold Aquaman.
We're getting fucking water Jesus Aquaman. That's exactly what he is.
So we're getting Aquaman. We're getting Aquaman. That's what you're saying. No,
but like,
you're getting Aquaman.
That's Aquaman. I already like like Aquaman, come on, just a fucking terrible looking character. Like, what the fuck with that costume and shit like that? I already like the look of like, all right, long hair with the fucking beard. I like the armor. I kind of prefer him with like the pants and that kind of pauldron. You know what I mean? So you can see the tattoos and shit. Like, I kind of prefer that look. But it looks like this movie or these, like, it kind of looks like Jason Momoa could kind of be what, and I don't take this out of context, but what Robert Downey Jr. is to Iron Man, and where they kind of retcon Aquaman moving forward to be more like Jason Momoa. Yeah, because he's getting more attention.
Hair.
Yeah,
right. He's getting more attention from like the previews that he's been in. Like, Jason Momoa's a good-looking guy. Like, people are now like, "Oh fuck, Aquaman looks pretty cool." Mm-hmm. You know?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, on Rebirth currently, they've given Aquaman longer hair and a beard.
Yeah,
he's giving him back his long hair and
beard. King and you don't have a beard. Fuck you. Black Panther's a king. He has a beard.
Hey, hold on now. His wife Mira said shave that shit. If Mira told me to shave anything, it's getting fucking shaved. Please leave that shit.
Yo.
Kind of want to do Aquaman from Family Guy.
What?
Fucking T'Challa has a goddamn patchy beard. He can go fuck off.
I mean, it ain't the Kendrick beard. I mean, it could be worse.
T'Challa got a patchy beard. He could fuck off.
Fuck that motherfucker. He can fuck off.
Hey, look. All I'm saying is Black Panther. All I'm saying for Black Panther to end this is like, look, I just want people. I want all the folks to understand this. Okay, Killmonger has put hands on T'Challa in the book. T'Challa is like 0 for whatever against Killmonger. He ain't really have the best of records against him. Don't be surprised if you see Michael B. Jordan put hands on T'Challa in this movie. That's all I'm saying.
My man,
Michael B. Jordan, dog.
Michael B. Jordan looked like he just dressed as motherfucking, like, got dressed at like an African version of H&M, and I'm pissed off about the entire movie.
Dog, I hate Michael B. Jordan, dog. Like,
But
African. He doesn't have an accent in this movie.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. I'm so glad he doesn't, because if they did that,
Killmonger's character, his family actually migrated to America. So yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Because I don't want to hear another.
Yeah.
Like
non-distinguishable African accent like Chadwick is already doing.
Look, if Black Panther's all about
Chadwick got.
Look, if Black Panther's all about gentrifying all of Wakanda, I'm here for it. But other than that,
what?
Come on, man! You know you know that, man. You're a claws about ready to gentrify Wakanda. You're trying to make Wakanda great again and shit. So you know that's what's up.
Wow.
That motherfucker about to put a Starbucks on every corner.
Jesus Christ!
Talking about open up the Lowe's in Wakanda. Are you serious?
We about to have bodegas in this bitch. Electronic bodegas. Fuck y'all.
Jesus.
This motherfucker want a Whole Foods next to the damn shaman shop.
Hey, real talk, man.
Hey, they don't got a Starbucks in it. It ain't real.
Hey, real talk, man. When Asgard moves on the Earth, man, I'm waiting to see if anybody in Norway is gonna be like, who the fuck are these people? I'm waiting.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I hope Korg's there to be like, yo, yeah, you know, why are you kicking that rock? That's my cousin. I'm just kidding. That's just a rock.
Oh man, but anyways, I just want to thank everybody for jumping on here and stuff. This is actually pretty awesome to do. It's better than Skype's unreliable ass and shit. Honestly, I think
it didn't drop once.
Didn't drop once. This is a good thing. This is a very good thing. So I might make this a thing for discussions and stuff.
You remember what was it? The Gifted last week?
Dog, The Gifted was a fucking bitch and a half to fucking record on Skype until we finally fixed that shit. So yeah. So, but anyways, thanks guys for joining here. Thanks for everybody that came on. We actually had like 10 people total that actually popped in here for a minute and stuff.
Hey,
so
it's lit.
It's pretty good. So. But anyways, guys, I actually got all y'all guys' info in the notes for this, so you don't have to like put it out there and stuff. So hey, people can actually go there. Yes, Shaggy, you might end up getting more followers off this shit, possibly.
If you want to see a black man shit on Black Panther for the next 3 months, I'm your guy.
Yeah, I actually
wait a minute.
That's the case. But you're not the only one. Lucas,
I'm
on
here
here
this movie repeatedly. I'm not.
Well, see, that's the funny thing. We know where Lucas and Shaggy is going from, but you go on Twitter and say that you're gonna have a bunch of like the coalition of black people like, fuck you, you're cooning. And it's like, hey guys, chill. They're just joking. Like, chill. What the fuck, man? Like, you know what?
Speaking of that shit, yo.
I can make it so much worse for them than Black Panther, but
I know you will. And you know what? I'm not even gonna dive in. I'm like, Lucas is gonna eat these motherfuckers alive. This is gonna be fucking hilarious.
Speaking of that shit, you see that fucking joke I posted about fucking Thor Ragnarok before it came out, where I said, how can you even be excited about Justice League based on those other movies? Also Thor Ragnarok, oh my God, it's gonna be so lit. Do you know how many motherfuckers came in my head for that shit?
Man,
making the joke true, like with no self-awareness, like you're proving the joke right. What are you doing? Like, stop that shit.
What, you mean people online are getting offended over nothing? Get the fuck out of
Exactly.
Twitter's going to Twitter. You know this, right?
They were like, you're excited for a Zack Snyder movie. I'm excited for a Taika Waititi movie. I'm like, you're proving the joke right. Why are you doing this? Stop it.
Yeah, Twitter, there is no room for nuance.
On Twitter.
Yeah, no, if you're next, you're gonna have to release like an official apology or something like that.
Look,
Like,
if
I'm sorry.
Look, real talk. D went on our 3 Black Geek Twitter, and he didn't take the piss out of Black Panther because I understood where he was coming from. Because he was like, "Hey, look, guys, if the movie turns out to be mediocre, will any of you guys admit it?"
That shit.
And I was like, "You know what?
They were standing by, they were down that hill. They were fucking down.
But real talk though, I was like, yo, as much as I'm a stand for Black Panther movie, and I love fucking Coogler, I'm like, if it is, like, how many people are really gonna admit it?
Nobody.
You know what's
CJ, was my response to that like doing the eye emoji, like, oh
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean,
Like,
it depends. How bad was Baby Boy?
I mean, he ain't John Singleton. That was I'm still looking at John Singleton like,
I'm
what
just
the
talking
fuck,
about how
dude?
black people see that fucking movie. Of course, the shit was horrible, but they're not gonna admit that shit was horrible. This is like black people get the fantasy that Love Jones is a good movie. Come on, man. Fuck out of here.
I mean, it's a decent movie. I ain't gonna say it's the best, greatest movie ever, but it's a decent.
It's
movie.
kind of fun. It's kind of fucking funny though, because like if I go online and I'm like, look, man, I didn't like fucking Iron Man or Logan or whatever the fuck. It's I get a bunch of shit, but it's not that big of a deal. If one of you motherfuckers says you don't like Black Panther, you are gonna get crucified.
Well, I don't know, Joe. If you say you didn't like Black Panther, people might think that you're fucking alt-right and shit. And it's like,
Exactly.
Hey, right. You just gotta, all you gotta do is
come on, man. You know full well they would do it. It's like, what the fuck, Joe?
You ain't no way to it.
Like, damn, it's just a movie. Let it go.
Fuck Black
But you
Panther
know
and
what?
fuck girls with natural hair. You gotta do both. You gotta just like go all the way in.
No, first off, I ain't trying to get Joe like kicked off Twitter and shit because everybody gonna think
Trying to
like,
get this
again,
man
they gonna
kicked
think
off
all
to
right.
hell.
It's like, whoa.
But you know,
I said something about his new costume, about like the little fucking angry kitty eyebrows, and I was
Yeah.
like, fucking, and I shit you not, that day I had a bunch of fucking like social justice warriors like, how can you hate this movie? And I'm like, hold up.
Yo,
He
I'm
just
like,
said the
first of
costume.
all,
Like, guys,
I
chill.
fucking love Chadwick Boseman, and I've said that for years. Like, I fucking love that guy. The movie looks outstanding. I love Coogler. I'm like, I just don't understand the angry kitty eyes.
Yeah.
why did I miss this? I am your advocate of going. I would go to bat for you in a heartbeat, Joe. And I would have made, but then again, I probably would have made the whole situation worse. Someone would have came in, oh, you're self-hating black, and I'll be like, you're self-hating
Yes.
But
It was so
funny
fucking
though.
crazy.
Joe does have a point. Joe can go in there and say what he wants to say about Black Panther, and the worst thing that will ever happen to him is they will call him alt-right. If one of us did it,
Do you think that's the worst? Really?
Oh, no.
That's not the worst.
but
That's
I'm
the best
saying,
thing that could happen.
if any one of us said it, our insults would be so much more.
Oh, dude, the follower count for 3 Black Geeks would drop significantly. Like, this motherfucker don't like Black Panther. It's like, whoa, dude, I never said that. What's going on here?
Black people that follow 3 Black Geeks will ask you to take black out your name.
I know,
like,
right?
What are you talking about? Just the 3 geeks.
You're right, but if I go on there and I was, because I made the joke about the kitty eyes, and I was like, I don't understand, like it kind of, because I said something about it reminding me of the fucking Batman 66 cowl with like the scowly eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
And I now let's say that movie comes out, and I already think I'm gonna love it, but let's say I don't. You know, if I'm like, you know what, fuck this movie.
Just don't say anything.
Do
about
you know how
Say
many
nothing.
fucking
Say nothing.
hashtag Black Lives Matters fucking tweets I will get from people that tell me I'm this or that just
Black
because
Panther
I might?
so lit.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
it's like
Black Panther so lit.
Sometimes you just gotta stand up, Joe, and say fuck it and fuck y'all opinions. I'm gonna
Do what
say
Cap
what I'm gonna
said. Do what
say.
Cap said. Sometimes you got to plant yourself next to the river of truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, I mean, hey, listen, like dude, come on. If I don't like something, I kind of don't have a
Oh,
problem
Joe was
saying
saying,
it.
Joe doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't be like, nah, I don't care.
That's why I fucking respect the shit out of Joe. Every time Joe says "fuck that," I'm like, "What?"
Like, oh, Joe's ranting. What's it this time? Oh, yeah, I actually agree with that. Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? No, I want to see, like, I fucks with Joe because of that same reason. He'll give me shit. He's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? And we'll sit there and have a fucking full-blown discussion.
No, but Joe just told everybody to go fuck themselves and ask why we thought Baby Groot was important. So yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Like
exactly.
He said
I didn't say go fuck yourself. I said fuck off. No. Why is Baby Groot important?
That's true.
I mean,
Joe hates happiness.
Don't get it twisted. Joe won't get offensive. I will. I'll go tell you to go fuck yourself. In a heartbeat. Like in a quick.
And shockingly enough, all of us are co-sign shaking like, hey, the guy got a point here, so you might want to do that.
Look, all my hate will always be factual. I refuse.
Hey, damn it, man, you're right.
Oh my God! I'm telling you right now, Lucas. I really feel there's a sense that when Black Panther comes out, I might have to just tag you in on Twitter just to troll people just to see what happens because I want to see. Because as much as it's like Alfred said, sometimes I like watching the world burn. I just want to see what happens.
Yep.
That would be funny as fuck. Like just to see Lucas go on Twitter.
I will literally retweet all of Lucas's tweets just to see what happens. Like, let's see.
I would do the exact same thing, and I'll do it from my Earth 2 Comic Cast account too, because I just want to see how bad.
That's also why I almost hope that movie kind of sucks because I want to see the reaction. Like I want to see the world where it does suck.
Oh my!
Like
God.
That makes like
Earth 32, Black Panther.
Like, I just want to see if it's a shitty movie. I just want to see like the response from all sides. Like how's it going to be received?
If the movie sucks and the movie bombs, what is the? We should take bets right now. What is the over under?
What would be the funniest? I think the world where it bombs would be the funniest one.
Black Twitter hold on, your wrists first.
How long does it take before a group of social justice fucking warriors jump on Marvel and start calling Kevin Feige a racist or like they didn't put his 2 hours
after the movie comes out?
Right, exactly. But he doesn't care about the movie.
He purposely made the black movie bad.
Exactly.
No. See, here's the funny thing, Joe. Here's the funny thing. There's no fucking excuse for that. The entire goddamn cast is 90% black. The director is black. So if it bombs, you have nothing to blame but themselves.
I already got my money. So this is what I want to put out. I'm good.
Because the white man is the one who made the final decisions on this movie.
Exactly.
The white man is the one who's the blame for this movie.
If
he wasn't involved in it, if Spike Lee would have been in that place, the movie would have been good. Come on.
First off, time out for a second. I love Spike Lee. Get him the fuck away from a goddamn Marvel movie.
That's where black people go, though. That's where you go. When you get to the top pinnacle of filmmaking and black people, you go to Spike Lee. That's natural.
Marvel apparently looking at Spike Lee's ass because they're like, nah, dog, you make them.
Dude, if that movie bombs or it's bad for whatever reason, you don't look at the black actors, you don't look at the black director, you don't look at anybody other than the
first white person in that movie.
Yep. And you say, he fucking hates black people because he didn't spend enough money. He didn't hire the right actors. He didn't hire the right, all this shit.
Also, as a side note, Caesar would catch shit too.
Oh yeah, Caesar and Bilbo getting it. What you talking about?
Caesar and Bilbo catching shit too. It's like, hey,
what you talking about?
I'm telling you, dude.
I can't.
I'm not
gonna lie to you.
Black people. Yeah, right.
I just want to see. Like, I'm waiting for. I know it's probably not gonna suck, but Jesus Christ, what would the world?
I know it probably won't, but I just want to see that world. I just want to experience it for a second, just to see.
That is exactly why I and that's why I always say D is kind of grounding me in terms of my expectations because I'm always like he really kind of brings out the inner evil. And I'm like, because there's the inner evil me that's like I kind of want to see the world burn and see what happens if that possibility did happen, even though it's a long shot. If
Black Panther is Thor 1, what happened?
Oh my God, the think pieces. I have to see them, please.
Please,
somebody invent a machine. I have to see this.
And you know what's funny is after the first trailer, the first teaser, there were like mad think pieces on Twitter talking about. I saw this one where this guy was talking about it's 2017, but you got people with spears in Africa, blah 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 blah.
Smack yourself.
Those guys are idiots. Those are the ones that's gonna fuck it up for everybody else that might be legit mad at it. It's like, God damn it, man. God damn it. What are you doing, guys?
If that movie sucks, then that person's gonna come back and say,
See? I told you.
See, and now I don't want that to be me, guys. I don't want that to be me.
Oh, I want it to be me.
But it might be.
Oh my god! I am mad that we have reached a point. We reached a point, and also Tsunami said the best. Spike Lee fucked up Old Boy, so there you go, easily. You know,
I mean, are we gonna stop there?
Shit! Hey, look, I don't have time. We might make it a
Miracle at St. Anna. We're gonna stop there.
Hold on. Wait, you guys literally realize that we're the only fucking people on planet Earth right now talking about Spike Lee because no one else gives a fuck.
Nope. I refuse to even comment about it because I don't want to ask
Black folks unfortunately still care about Spike Lee.
Do they?
Why?
Yeah, yes, because they caped for him when he was beefing with Quentin Tarantino. They caped for him.
Him going beefing with Quentin Tarantino is such low hanging fruit. It's like, come on, Spike, you know better, man.
Yeah,
but they were caping for Spike.
They will cape for Spike for anything. You are not.
They put capes on.
He is black film Jesus.
You will not
say nothing about Spike Lee.
Actually, funny enough, when Old Boy came out and stuff, I actually had a couple people jump in my mentions talking about you need to respect Spike Lee. Old Boy was perfect. I'm like,
you hear yourself. Oh no,
you clearly didn't see the original, sir. You might want to go see the original. Have a good day. I'm not going on this today.
Nope. Oh, God. I don't even talk about Spike Lee.
But anyways,
if Black Panther doesn't come out with like a fucking if I see Black Panther coming with anything lower than 59 on the fucking tomato meter,
oh my gosh,
I am going to cry.
I don't want to wake up in the world where they should have a 36 so I can laugh.
If it comes in at 70, it's gonna be
folks are gonna lose their shit if it's at 70. It can't be like
70. It's gonna be a problem.
Oh,
wait a minute, but think about this. I mean, you guys are thinking if it comes in at 59 or whatever like that, is there a chance that it comes in as the highest rated Marvel movie of all time? Just because. But hold on. But no. Think about it. It's like the first black Marvel superhero, blah, 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 blah,
It might get
blah.
the Wonder Woman. It might get the Wonder Woman thing where Wonder Woman was like the first like high profile black hero. So it might get that bump.
But I mean, she's a white chick essentially. Are we
gonna really make me say why not? It's not gonna do. Come on.
I know.
We're saying what if.
No, I'm saying this is just what if. This is what if.
Lucas, nobody wants real takes now. We want the what ifs. Okay.
We already know. I ain't even talking about the filmmaker. I mean, because niggas won't let it be that great. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Crab mentality.
So you're not even gonna let. So you're not even gonna let.
I think Coogle's a good director and stuff, but
if it comes.
What happens if he does one long scene of that Fruitville scene with the dog dying in Black Panther? That shit be fucking hilarious.
Like I said, man. Like if there's a chance to do that, but no.
What is the highest Marvel rated movie right now?
Thor
Ragnarok.
98, right?
And you know the funny thing is
Iron Man at 94.
Yeah, Iron Man's 94.
Yeah,
the lowest one.
Wait, hold on. What's Civil War? Not Civil War. I'm sorry. What's Cap 2?
Like 90.
Winter Soldier? Like 90, I believe.
Huh.
Funny thing is,
it's crazy.
You know the funny thing is,
some research on this.
You know the funny thing is about it is that Thor: Dark World is their lowest rated, and it's technically still 60, like fresh, 66%. I'm like,
yeah. So if Black Panther
it's still fresh, and that's the lowest. That's the lowest MCU movie.
So can't put too much credit.
But if Black Panther comes in at 60.
I'm going to cry.
I am just going to be like, wow, shit.
Oh, man. I'm just going to get the popcorn out, get my theater glasses.
Look,
I will have like 5 laptops open in front of me. It's going to be a great day.
I will fucking George Jefferson strut out of this fucking. I will George Jefferson strut out the movie.
Real shit. Me and Lucas, new black version of fucking Statler and Waldorf.
Hey, real talk, Shaggy, no bullshit. If you do come in the area, all three of us need to all like come together for this shit.
Son, best believe.
Oh my god! Now, bear in mind, folks, that's watching this. Understand, we're not shitting on Black Panther. This is just hypotheticals here. This is hypotheticals here. All right.
Yeah, we're not shitting on the movie.
I think Lucas is shitting on Black Panther though, low-key, but
I'm not shitting on the movie yet.
Lucas is not wishing. Here's the thing: Lucas and Shaggy and all of us, we're not wishing ill will on the movie. This is just hypotheticals of how we would react if that possibility happened.
Wait, so check this out. I just looked up Rotten Tomatoes right now. So Thor. 93%, Thor Ragnarok, right?
Yeah.
Iron Man, 94. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, 82%. Spider-Man: Homecoming, 92%.
Huh.
Civil War, 90%.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Winter Soldier?
Yeah, Winter Soldier was I think what was it
Hang on.
Thought it was 90, right?
All right, Captain America.
89%.
So the first
Oh,
Avengers 80, which I disagree with. Second,
89.
Winter Soldier 89,
Yeah.
and
Wow,
Civil War
really?
90.
Disagree.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was shocked. I was like, huh. Everybody.
See, but
Okay.
I always remember the key part of Rotten Tomato is that may not actually be the average score of the critics because for some odd reason.
Well, I told
Thor's-
you, but
yeah,
see, I
Thor's
told
average
you,
score was a 7 by
but
the
I
critics
told you,
standard,
but I told you that when it
26.
came to Power Rangers, a lot of scores that was given 3 out of 5.
Talk about that
No,
shitty
no,
ass
no,
movie.
no. I'm talking about in terms of, no. I'm talking in terms of Rotten Tomatoes like grading and stuff.
Oh yeah,
A lot of those
rating-
reviews, a lot of reviews they gave it 3 out of 5. They counted as rotten, and I'm like, that's confusing because I would assume if it was 2 out of 5, sure, rotten, but 3 out of 5 is rotten. I'm confused. But you had another 3 out of 5 that was fresh.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes
All
ratings
of
make
Thor.
literally no sense.
Oh, I think most of the Thor Ragnarok ones I saw were 3 out of 5, and they were fresh.
Yeah,
That's what's confusing. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta
that's
like,
it. But its average score is about a 7. That's the average score for Thor.
yeah.
Yeah, which
so
is
it's like
Metacritic has it sitting at 72. Which
Now,
is
Metacritic
like,
is a way more accurate view of the movies and how
Ladies
they
and gentlemen,
should
you-
be viewed.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have now hit the Rotten Tomatoes Power Hour.
How about
Okay,
this?
but
How about
anyway.
this? Who gives a flying fuck what these sites say? Just go see
Oh
it
no,
yourself.
I don't care. But I'm just saying, it's just that was just.
it's a funny thing to talk about. It's always funny. Like
There are some
when-
people
when-
that like.
when we discuss when we talk about Rotten Tomatoes,
The public in general, they don't read the reviews of anybody, so all
just
they're going
read
to
it.
do is see the number.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's starting to catch up with the Transformer movies because that last one didn't make $1 billion. So there you go. So
It
clearly,
did,
no, I didn't.
dude.
Before you did,
I've been a
make any-
Transformers fucking fan, and I've defended them as best I could. That last movie, I walked out and I was like, "What in the
You
fuck did I just watch?"
You are not allowed to
PrimeGundam
speak about
has not seen
baby
that movie
fucking
yet.
Groot ever again if you've defended any Transformers.
Lucas, first off, you've been with me long enough to know that I've enjoyed those movies. So now you're getting offended by him defending it. Come on, man.
Chris,
Hey,
let-
no,
let-
no,
let-
no, wait, wait,
let-
wait,
let-
wait,
let-
wait,
hold
wait,
on.
wait,
you
wait,
didn't
wait,
talk
tell you
shit
the
about Baby
screaming
Groot.
of the last movie.
Hold
I
on.
wouldn't say this is gonna be
You're
shit.
getting
It's gonna be
offended at
absolutely
me
shit.
liking a movie that's based to sell toys when you're
Exactly.
defending a fucking character that's made to sell toys.
Yes.
At least I can explain the fucking plot of 3 of those movies. You still can't tell me what the fuck Groot
Please
is.
explain the plot to one of them.
Giant fucking robots from aliens come down, fuck each other up in intergalactic war. That's what I paid to see. That's what I.
There it is.
That-
There it is. That is the
That's
most
what I
simplest
thought.
one ever. There you go. You know what?
No.
He's right. He's right. He's right. I gotta pull the Morgan Freeman. He's right. You know. Yeah, there you go.
I need to put Joe's phrase on a fucking shirt, and I will wear that everywhere.
Fuck all of them,
like, you
especially the last
criticize-
Transformers movie.
I
My
just gave you a
God.
breakdown of a movie that everybody hates. Your response to Groot was, "He's adorable."
Adorable.
It's adorable. He is the
Fuck outta
cutest
here.
thing in the world.
Cool.
But
What's
I'm
your
also
six?
the person who shitted on Guardians of the Galaxy the moment it came out. Oh, but Groot is cute.
Yeah, no,
The
Groot's,
movie's- the
yeah, no,
movie's fucking trash.
Groot, baby Groot's cute when you're 6.
Yeah, he's cute as hell.
Yeah, when you're 6.
He makes so much sense. Yes,
He
he's
makes a lot
cute.
of sense. The baby. What are you talking?
Yes, literally, like that's the point
What
of it.
beef do you have with Baby Groot? Like you can have that same beef with big grown up Hulk.
Damn sure can.
I do have that same fucking thing with Big Grown Up Hulk. That's what I just said. He's playing with a ball.
You know
He's a
what?
grown-up.
Like,
You know what? We have hit that
Adults.
point. Let's stop. Thank you guys for joining in. Thanks for everybody that watched this the shenanigans, the craziness.
this might be the best
I
one yet.
swear
This is the best one.
wanted
This
to
is
talk
the
about
best
Thor
one.
Ragnarok.
This is we did, and it just and you know what?
That
This is
shit,
why-
that shit fell off
just-
the rails. I came in on the wrong time because if I'd have came in and if I'd have came in the chat and we fucking talking Thor, we'd have been talking Thor.
But you
First
know what?
thing I
No.
heard was Black
But this
Panther, I was
works.
like, oh,
But
But time out. You were talking about rubbing one off to Tessa Thompson in the movies. Like
I mean, haven't we?
Who wouldn't
Haven't
know?
we
Who
all?
wouldn't know?
Yeah.
I had
That was
forgotten
ledge.
all about that.
Ledge.
Gladly. Damn it.
I was ledge.
my
I was
bad.
ledge. You can't prove it.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways,
I think
folks,
what we all learned, what
Yeah.
we all learned is that at the end of the day, no matter what anybody says, the Transformers movies make more sense than Baby Groot.
there you go. There you go.
Perfect.
So,
Where
That's it.
there you go. We'll see you guys later.
That's the best way to close anything.